Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Bring the world!
Okay, Tom.
Hey, what's up?
What
an intro?
What an intro!
You got a mic? What happened to your mic?
Mike's over here, man.
What is going on here?
That's right. You got a special guest.
Invasion time.
Literally invasion time.
Welcome to the most electrifying show in all of online entertainment. Let me tell you something, brother. Special guests who just decide they're going to invade the show, show up whenever they want.
Hey, man,
Try to take my time slot last week, throws off the producer, throws off my co-host. They all thought that we had a show last week, and like we didn't have a show last week.
We're like, wait, where you at?
That's all you gotta do. That's all you show up Sunday at 8:00. You're going to throw everyone's schedule off.
Yeah, that's good. It's all good.
How about the fact that AEW had a pay-per-view last week, man?
Yeah, how'd that go?
Why were you guys not broadcasting?
We
did.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Don't look at me. I wasn't watching. I don't watch that show. I don't know what that's about.
No, I mean, like I've always said, with AEW, you want to watch wrestling, you want to watch good wrestling matches, watch AEW. You want to be entertained, watch WWE.
That's true. I agree.
Dude, that Ospreay and
Brian Danielson.
That was a badass match.
I mean,
Hey, what's up with you heard about Kevin Nash talking smack about the AEW wrestlers lately?
He always talking smack because he's on the Legends contract.
He needs Ospreay to work out just a little bit.
There he is. We just started.
Oh, hey.
Alex just rolled out of bed too.
Well, I mean, you guys sacrificed with the cord right there.
They'd be like, hey, no, what is their tech partner?
Technically, it wasn't us. I'm just gonna sit here and say, well, this is not our studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys sabotage the studio more than anyone else has in the history.
I agree. That was my fault last time.
Him and the one over there.
I enjoyed UFC 300 way too much, and I wanted to blast it all over the TV.
Don't say that on here. Don't say that. Now you're on block us again.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like what you were saying, like I expect that Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson and Will Ospreay match be probably one of the best matches of the year.
Honestly, it was.
I mean, any match that Ospreay's been in so far is just you're intrigued. You want to see what he's going to do.
I do like his style. I'm not gonna lie. I watched him a few times, especially with the Daniel Bryanson match. That was actually shocking how good of a wrestler he was. Kind of tells why he was the most wanted free agent at the moment. So
and that's
the shows.
And that's where, like SG3 sent me the message the other day, like how Drew McIntyre re-signed with WWE.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we're going to start seeing now is, like, I think Triple H has even said, like, they do not want any of their guys to be let go, especially if they're a face.
It's the investment, though. It's really the investment part back into the company because you look at where they're going to go next. They're going to Netflix. Right. So do you really want to let go A-lister like Drew McIntyre go like that to another company in the meantime? He may not go AEW right away. He may have gone back to UK for a little bit, spread some roots.
I expect them to like take a little vacation time.
Right, that too. But it's like, no, they're kind of at this point right now, all hands on deck. We know where the investment's at. We know where Netflix is coming around the corner. We need to get back into the studio and get in there. Like you guys said, Roman's gone. So we need another story to kind of amp up some stuff.
Oh, CM Punk.
He's like, it's called CM Punk. Oh, well, I mean, that's a good story they're going to.
You got
two names on this show. It's not one of them.
Listen, when I invade, I say it. I'm not afraid to say it.
You can say Fragile Phil. I'll let you say that one.
Or the WWE Wieners, whichever one you want to say. He's got a couple nicknames on this show.
It's cool, man. I like it. But I mean, the feud between them two is actually great for TV at the moment right now.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like
I like where it's going.
Like Tony Khan said at the draft, like AEW's Pepsi.
Yeah.
WWE's Coke. They're established. Like
Nah,
No, it is that Coke, man. It is
brother.
Well, yeah.
Coke,
I know
brother.
it is that Coke,
Coke.
but you're alluding to them being Coke. Like I've always said, WWE is McDonald's.
Yeah.
They are that solid franchise that you're going to trust. The bright production,
Smells good, but you walked out there on like shit.
pretty
Well,
much.
The commercials look good. The
Makes
commercial
sense.
looks
That
good,
makes
but you know the
Commercials look
production
good.
is a little.
It's a
The
little
product's a little off.
Yeah, a little bit.
You see the brand, you trust that brand for the most part,
Right.
right?
Consistent. That's
Well, like I always say, I like Wendy's over McDonald's. AEW is like a Wendy's.
Mm-hmm.
They have the better like talent for wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't have the good
Story.
side fries.
They do have a good like square burger.
Yeah.
It's like when TNA had the different
The
shaped
six-sided
ring.
ring?
Yeah, the 6-sided ring. They were
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
They had something that
They
was
got the spicy chicken sandwich.
Yeah,
It's
there you
the
go.
best.
That's right,
But
that's right.
but then it's like Baconator, but then they don't have the sides.
That's true.
that pretzel baconator though. They set that one up.
No, actually, the one that got me was
I'll stop blinding you with gold. But
was
you know,
the,
I'll put this
no, man,
down.
you're good. Don't worry about
Don't worry
it.
about it, man. I put mine right here, right in front of me, man. Hold on. What's right?
Was the one the loaded nacho burger?
Yeah.
That one, yeah, that one was fire.
You guys burgers, and you're making me hungry.
You're going on a Sheamus diet.
Or something.
At least.
Going on a Sheamus diet, I see.
Yeah.
But burger-
Yeah,
Burger,
right. Yeah,
burger
you
after
can't-
burger after burger.
Sheamus all of a sudden, he's not that bad now.
From what he used to look like till now.
Thank you.
He came back looking like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in the new Ghostbusters. Little smaller, but still.
You get AJ Styles, you get Randy Orton to come back to
Yeah.
act like action figures.
Right. Well, you need that one guy to be not that way. So you need that one.
Talking both. You gotta understand. We're
Exactly.
talking both.
Yeah, exactly.
I missed my dinner because I was driving around with you. So
Mhm.
hey,
Beer, coffee.
I know beer, coffee,
So,
sodas. Okay.
but yeah, so I mean, that's where it's like right now with what WWE is going to be doing is they're going to be re-signing
Right.
their top guy, like even Finn Balor. They're going to re-sign him.
They
They
just
re-signed,
confirm,
right?
yeah.
They confirm like they just re-signed him. Originally, the thought was he's going to get let go.
Mm-hmm.
AEW would gobble him up in a heartbeat,
Right.
use him probably for like a Bullet Club kind of storyline.
Mhm. Hey, Umaga-
But it's like-
Omega came back
with Switch
from, right?
paid Jay
Jay
White,
White, right.
Yeah, exactly.
And then but WWE did in the past, like because you had like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens unhappy, they re-signed them.
Mhm.
And like, really, what has Kevin Owens been doing?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Gimmick matches.
Yes.
I mean, yes, they did get the WrestleMania tag team moment, but
Right.
are they going to be in any feature heavyweight title storylines?
How did the draft break down? Where did he end up going?
I don't think he got
Sammy's-
drafted.
I don't think he's getting
Because
drafted.
I know Randy got drafted.
I don't
Right.
think Sammy got drafted, dude.
I don't think
Uh,
Sammy or KO did.
Well, remember,
So Monday.
champions are not getting drafted.
yeah,
Correct.
Champions
Champions
are,
are not getting drafted.
and
They're
Monday, tomorrow night, that continues on
Yeah.
Raw.
So then KO will probably be in the draft tomorrow. At this point, to kind of see where he's going.
And I don't know how you guys feel about the draft, but I absolutely hate it.
The
They're
gimmick-
trying too much, man.
Yeah, exactly. The whole try a part of it. And right now, currently, just to be honest, what I've seen thus far in the draft is already what's been going on. The same wrestlers are in SmackDown.
Right.
Yeah.
Only one or two are moving. That's
Right.
the only really difference that you've seen.
And they're
So
not
I
a top card person. They're like the bottom row.
So what I think what the draft needs to do
Yeah.
is they got to do like, okay, we're actually going to draft from NXT.
that I like
And then,
that
hey,
part. I do
Raw,
like
we're going to give you these two guys from SmackDown for this pick.
Pull that chair up.
Or even like start doing trades like, hey,
your stuff,
SmackDown Raw,
Yeah.
have a trade.
It used to be. Old man's been, old and drunk at the moment.
I'm tired.
But no, I do like that idea, Tom. I think that if you do the WWE draft, you have to, instead of doing it between shows, you're taking it away from NXT.
Right.
That makes sense.
Why do they ever do it on NXT as well? Like, notice there's only Raw, SmackDown, but
Right.
there's no NXT.
I mean, that's where I think they should probably do the draft next year on NXT.
I think they,
All three.
No, just do it on NXT.
yeah, I think they
Do the
should
show
treat it
on
like a
NXT.
draft. I mean, because if you look at any draft out there, and MLB, NHL, NFL, they're drafting college. So I mean, that's your NXT. That's your, all these other promotions that you have. And I mean, I would grab from there, and then make it somewhat like, hey, I got called up. Make it the call up time.
Mm-hmm.
But again, right now, all you're doing is you're thinking, oh, Randy's going to go to Raw and he's going to go to SmackDown. It's like, okay, you can still see where the feuds are at. They're staying exactly the same.
Right.
So there's no point to tune in to watch the
Bloodline's still staying on
Yeah.
SmackDown. Like,
So in this case,
Which version?
you should probably do a trade then for Raw and SmackDown. trade.
That's it.
Let's say Raw GM traded Randy Orton to SmackDown for AJ Styles on Raw.
Or additional pick.
Yeah, or additional pick or free agencies that opens
Right.
up more.
Well, that gives a good idea because I mean the way that they ended a couple weeks ago with SmackDown with the Bloodline, where you had the GM say like, you know, hey, there's gonna be consequences.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, you know what? I'm gonna trade you. I'm gonna trade one of your guys to Raw, and I'm gonna get a Dr. Pepper and a can of Pringles, like kind of like almost making where they have like a punishment per se.
I don't yeah, bro. Some
Mhm.
people-
It's the only thing that I saw. I mean,
Happy and Pringles.
but I'm just saying. I mean, like it's one of those. Yeah, there you go. Hey. But it's one of those things where it's like make it to where the trades mean something, making sure that the draft and the shows mean something again. Because right now, you get drafted, it's like okay, hey, I've been on
Gimmicky.
SmackDown. Yeah.
Right now, currently, it's gimmicky at this point.
They just copy the NFL.
It really is. It's
Well, and
Well,
it's
it's
the
like-
same time frame too.
exactly.
Well, it's like they
That
bring
goes
up-
all off.
They draft Carmelo Hayes. He was already brought up on SmackDown a year ago.
They
And it's
draft-
like then they redrafted him and then put him in match right away against Cody and he loses. It's like
But this draft also too did Braun. If I'm not mistaken, Braun Breaker
Raw.
signed with SmackDown and then
Right.
just did a switch
Yeah.
to Raw now.
He's
So
on
it's
Raw
like
now.
that's all you did was just trade him over.
Yeah.
Split drafted him, right?
You're just gonna be traded.
Right.
So it
Well,
made
what's
no
the point of
sense.
signing people then?
right.
But
Yeah.
it's
You know,
also, it brings back the fact that like in NBA, Scottie Pippen, he got
Mhm.
drafted by
Seattle.
Seattle, and then he got traded to the Bulls. So you can bring that type of aspect toward what happened right here, where SmackDown said, "Hey, I'll trade you Braun Breaker, but you got to give me somebody."
And you go from there. Who
Mhm.
can it be?
Right.
Who can it be? And then you do these little side skits or whatever behind the screen to build up the whole questionnaire. Is it going to be him? Is it going to be this guy? It makes it better for TV at the
Right.
It,
And you have a
flows
new
it.
sponsorship with the Pringles guy. I mean, like there you go. See,
Have a drink with the prime too, right? So,
Yeah.
I
And-
like it. I mean, that's actually a good idea to amp things up a little bit.
And it's like past drafts too. Like they'll draft a name
and
and they do nothing with them all year.
Exactly. They just sit there in a little corner and just wait a little bit and die off a little bit. So I think at this point it goes that way too. I agree with that part. Gimmicky. Very gimmicky.
I mean, y'all saw Carmelo Hayes sitting on the couch, get the call, and it's like, why are we doing
Right.
this?
yeah, exactly. Like
that throws
It was just too much. I'm like, man,
Y'all
this ain't
trying.
it ain't that serious.
Right.
Chill out. We know what's gonna happen. Relax.
No, the whole NXT throws it better.
But no, I thought that people could actually get drafted to NXT. That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna do it on all three shows, do it that way because eventually people are gonna drop. The people are no
Yeah.
longer having the hype, but you still have a massive contract on them, aka Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
He got dropped to NXT. He built his character up and he went forward.
well, there's a couple people that went down to NXT. I mean, even
You get authors of pain
Becky
always go
Lynch
down
went
there.
down there.
Rhea Ripley went down there.
Rhea went
No,
down
but-
there.
Okay, so they did that as an appearance, but I'm talking like where
Charlotte did
it
too.
mainstay.
Oh yeah.
So Baron Corbin was a mainstay. So that's what I'm saying. Like I thought it was supposed to be all three shows can draft.
yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool. So you guys do the Raw, SmackDown. Where's the NXT?
Well, that's why in Tom's perspective, the better way to involve NXT is to go on their show and then do the draft there between the Raw and SmackDown franchise. Well, that shows itself.
Because now you're wasting 5 hours of Raw and
They
SmackDown.
really are. Makes no sense. And then you just keep adding your skits going forward, especially what's going on with Judgment Day because they're all injured. So it's like, hey, since you guys are leaving us and y'all injured, we're gonna draft some people. We're gonna
And what was the last report? Dominic's having Tommy John surgery. They're saying now. I read that he's out for a little bit. Of course,
Like 9
Rita's.
months?
Yeah, Rita's out.
Jimmy John surgery.
no.
Yeah, he might. It might be.
Man, that man eats chicken tenders with ranch, man. Leave that man alone.
And county pudding. That's it.
Yes.
With some squirrel peppers.
Yeah, there you go.
I know this is off topic, but y'all were talking about AEW. I was over there in the green room having my snacks and drinking my beer.
Right.
So I have a question about AEW.
Oh, no
Old man
más.
has to come in for a moment. Nobody spoke about the Thunder Rosa and Tony Storm match. Why didn't anyone mention within the storyline buildup that Thunder Rosa was an ex-world champion and never lost her belt?
Ooh, that's a good drink.
Because
Tony Khan.
because Tony Khan loves Tony Storm.
Yeah.
I
Like
agree with
he is obsessed with her.
Yeah.
Like,
We would have never guessed.
I wonder why.
Never would have guessed the fact that he's obsessed with that woman.
Right.
Well, I just thought it was funny. Speaking of Tony Khan, it's like it was the first time I've ever seen an owner like take kayfabe even beyond. And the NFL draft, they show the Jacksonville draft room, and he's wearing the neck brace. But instead, if you're gonna sell it that far, like you should have been stiff. He's like, like leaning forward and everything.
They were cracking up. They're like, bro, if you're gonna be with the gimmick on there, stay stiff, man.
Yes.
If not, get the price off.
But then like Pat McAfee just like went right into it. And I just want to know how much of that was like Triple H was like, just go for it. Like, 'cause I mean, he's such a great talent for what they need right now, and it's that new age
emotion.
That emotion.
Yep.
But he doesn't stop inside the arena. Like he does it on his show.
Pat
He
McAfee
does
for
it
sure.
all over, man. So it's like,
He kills me with that. I just yeeted in my veins.
oh yeah.
He be on the commentator. I love him.
Hey, I mean, look, at this point right now, I think this is regardless of AEW or WWE, it's somehow cool again to watch either or shows.
Yeah,
and it's making mainstream back up again and becoming relevant at this point.
Well, what's going to happen?
I want to skate my Clark.
Yeah. Oh,
So what's going to happen now is like,
and she was on Pat McAfee. So I mean, hey,
well, could be
it's coming soon.
so yeah, it was
When,
like,
when are they in Indiana next?
show in Indiana.
Yeah, next show in Indiana. She'll be there.
well, it was last week.
I'll give her one thing. She's really good on the mic.
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah. So,
A lot of basketball players are.
oh, that's true.
They're more prepped for it.
Rodman,
Oh,
So-
Robin was just a unique character altogether.
Rodman was just Rodman.
It was
Yeah.
fun.
But it's like what AEW did like a couple weeks ago is when they aired the whole backstage all-in brawl.
That was an idiot move.
No, actually, it started out as an idiot move, but now it's a genius move,
For Jack Perry, at this point, it's making him look cool.
and that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
He was a punk that got beat up and stuff like that. Which
He wasn't even beat up
he wasn't. He just got put into a little
He was
hole.
pushed and then they put it
because
in
at first
sleeper.
it made Tony look weak.
Yes.
Like you feared for your life with the man that shall be nameless fighting. Like
Hold on. The thing that cracks me up is like they're fighting here and he's over here. I'm
Correct.
like, bro.
And there's
how
like
are you gonna
10
feel
people
for
in
your
between.
life
Yeah.
when you're not even like 15 feet in regards to this.
And there's
All
like
of a
4
sudden,
people that are like
I
300
was
plus
just so
pounds.
afraid of my life. Like you guys don't understand. I would never fear my life before until
was-
that day.
There were so
Like,
many
bro.
other random other people just standing there just watching. Like, that's all? That's all y'all do? That really is what it is.
and Samoa Joe just comes over.
Right.
And
Come on,
like,
guys, just come on, break it up.
It's
Break it
because
up.
Joe. Everyone respects Joe.
Well, no, that
the last 2 pay-per-views, both Joe's or Samoan lost their
Lost their
championship.
champions.
Yeah, sadly
And
it
is
is.
that whole thing about Brian Danielson, is that kayfabe, or do you think he really hurt himself?
Oh, yeah, that's
No, he
kayfabe.
did. No. Actually, Bree said herself. She said, "Yeah, no, he did hurt himself. Not to the extent where he needs surgery,
Right.
but he did hurt himself because he felt awkward."
Which is what
So-
threw me off with the whole like I'm gonna
Retire the move.
the move. I said that's stupid. I'm like, your move didn't hurt the person. It's the person who's always just injury prone.
Right.
He's gonna get hurt regardless of the move you put.
But
him
it
in.
was part of the storyline for him to get hurt in that match
Okay.
with it,
Well,
just to
that's like,
develop
whoa,
future matches.
what was
And
the move?
Bree
bro?
being Bree, that's his wife, so she's probably tagging into the kayfabe.
My question is with MJF, because I saw him today. I went to C2E2 down in
Oh,
McCormick Place,
wait,
and
you were there?
yeah, and
You didn't see me?
my bad.
You, man.
I saw a lot of old people, so I
He
mean,
wasn't looking on the side of the road.
there was a couple people broke down on the side. I helped one of them out actually.
On the side of the road.
No, but like,
He was screaming.
so like I saw MJF and I was trying to grab a photo of him. He was.
right. Adam's like this. He's like, oh. Yeah.
John Cena was.
I
there,
didn't have
too.
the belts today, so I didn't, But I saw MJF and he was walking around early on, and he was in a sling.
Yeah.
Like he was in a legit. Like it wasn't just like the sling with like his arm. His arm was actually wrapped. Like so.
He just had surgery.
Yeah. So is that why he's off?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. Actually, I think they said it's going to be longer because
Yeah.
he had surgery again.
Because
Yeah,
originally,
he waited out till the contract really expired.
yeah, because
Sign with them.
originally what happened was beginning of year when he lost the title, he was supposed to take a couple months off to do some film projects and try to heal on his own. The healing on his own is not working out, so he's got to get surgery done now. Because originally it was planned for him to return back at Dynasty.
And we were talking about it when we watched it. Like
What?
this should be the good moment when Adam Cole stood up. And like right now would be the good moment to bring in MJF.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
And then today it just showed out the fact that he needed surgery again.
right.
All right.
Gonna be gone. Don't worry about it. He'll be back.
But what I think,
Oh, no mas.
yeah.
so I think what's going to happen now,
on what show?
Yeah, I'm saying.
we're going to see an
Yeah,
uprise
Raw.
in viewership for AEW. I think we're going to start seeing decline for WWE. Without The Rock, without Roman there,
right.
fans are going to turn on Cody in a matter of weeks.
They have to. I think at this point they have to uphill and see. Right. They have to invest a little bit better in the storyline between the bloodline. A little bit better. They have to move it more because whoever they sign, they need to show up quickly. And then when they show up, then now you got to implement the dynamic between the new head of honcho. You're gonna evolve that question there.
Because right now you're going to see Cody is going to be John Cena 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
The kids are he has no,
2.0.
but even more so where the kids are going to love him. The adult male fans now are going to turn and hate him.
No bald spot either.
Yeah, right. We're good here.
I mean, the one thing that I said at the last show is like we talked about like the whole American Nightmare kind of gimmick, and I said last show. I said the same thing when he called me. He's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Dude, we did this last week, I think." But I mean, like,
What would you guys sabotage my show
I'm gonna start putting this in the calendar. I gotta make appearances
every other Sunday?
every other Sunday. But it's just one of those things where
May
like,
12th, Mother's Day.
oh hey, we just talked about it. Like, it's just such a weird gimmick because like the name doesn't fit the gimmick anymore at all.
Well, he took it from Dustin.
Well, he did the original American Nightmare, but there's ways you can do it, and like I've seen a couple of his matches where, like this last match on SmackDown, like that whole ending was just it looked botched. Like when they both went for the springboard, like it just looked.
Right.
Oh, they fell off. Yeah,
Everyone was scared that he got
hurt.
He
Yeah,
probably did.
you know, and I mean, it was just.
Mm-hmm.
They're all botching a WrestleMania, brother.
And you guys complain about AEW all the time.
His boss is wrapped by a whiskey company or was it
Wheatley?
Wheatley. So I mean,
Wheatley vodka.
You
On
gotta
top
get-
of that prime match.
No, but I think that's why you got to give Cody a little bit more edge, a little bit more I guess you put more anger in there and give him that name, understanding why he's a nightmare. So moving forward, don't give him the John Cena gimmick where people, like you said, adults are gonna hate him, kids are gonna love him. Still give him where people are rooting for him, but give him the edge still with him.
And they're going to treat him like how they were with Seth Rollins, where he's going to be superhuman, get his ass whooped during the entire match, and then kick out finisher after finisher, and then pulls it off at the end.
Mm-hmm. Finds a way. It's winning champion mode. Not bad. Why not?
Would it be
Good for
more
TV.
interesting if Cena was? I'm not Cena, but Cody Rhodes was to lose?
It's a couple.
Because I think the one thing, I hate to bring up more, I think the one thing that made John Cena so boring is that, okay, let's say Tony Kidd had to face SG3 on a pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
But now you have Tony Kidd and Alice taking on SG3 and Tom on Monday. And SG3 just defeated Tony the Kid. Now he has them facing again next Monday, and SG3 just defeated Tony the Kid. When the pay-per-view comes, SG3 again defeats Tony the Kid. It's getting to the point where we're getting bored of seeing the same guy win each match, and there's nothing coming from this guy at all.
That's why they need to mix it up and change it how they did in the past. If you do different different tag teams throughout the shows, or even at that too, do different matches with other people and go out there and have some type of discrepancy. You know?
13 points, huh?
You guys gotta throw in LA Knight.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
With 13 points, you know, definitely.
Oh, no, wait, he actually won with that one. Who'd you put 13 points on?
LA Knight. He put
Yeah, he
put
put
13.
LA down to 13.
Yeah.
So, guys, I don't know if I can get you guys watch
Gary.
our previous show where like we were talking about post WrestleMania, but like night 2 was you could predict who's winning every match by the sponsor.
Yeah.
It was like it was guaranteed. Like, okay, Snoop comes out is promoting his gin and juice.
That's right.
So it's like,
Street
oh,
Profits won.
right away, you know, Street Profits are going.
Yep.
LA Knight comes out and
It
it's
was Slim Jim.
Slim Jim. He wins.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the TKO.
Well, going with Prime too. It was just like
Now that match was kind of even before that. You knew the dynamic of Kevin Owens and Randy was not going to work. I mean, like
and they don't need the U.S.
they don't
title at
need the
all.
US
No, they
title.
don't.
It was more just a match for Logan.
They
and
load
Kevin.
him in there.
Because at this point with Randy, I think they're finally putting him in the mix with against the Bloodline. Because when he came back, that was his whole emphasis as to I'm coming back.
Right.
I'm taking it to the Bloodline. But
I wish
And that's
they
where
would've
he
been-
should have came out instead of the Undertaker. I would have even said too.
mm-hmm. Or I would have done it better between them two being a tag team against them. I would have never put Seth.
I wouldn't want to
Right.
see them. I would like to see him. I know I think the Bloodline needs to win the tag titles, and I think then you could see them go after them. I would love to see that. I would have loved to see him more against Judgment Day when he came back, because when he first came back and Rito's in the ring and he was just like, "It's all right, mommy's here, daddy's home." Like that whole line. I mean, you made a shirt out of that, and it's like you let it die.
Yeah.
And it's just like, come on, WWE. Like, come on. I mean, I want the shirt. I'm gonna buy the shirt. Like, I mean, it's on sale right now. WWE.com.
You buy the shirt though?
Nah, yeah, I'm going. No.
You buy the shirt though.
Oh, it's coming.
Father's Day's coming up too, so you know what to get, Alex. I do like the boxers though. Did you see the boxers for Roman?
Yeah.
Acknowledge me and where it's placed.
Yep. Well, did you see that just right now?
Somebody have to get their reading glasses on.
Well, it's also where you know where raise the one too.
Hey, if you notice, you can buy it in different sizes. The acknowledgement is bigger or smaller depending on self fit. Can't.
Be like, this is the Shaq. That's good. I think. What do you think about Raw missing Rhea though? Now that she's missing in action and Becky win the title, I thought that was too predictable.
It was their safe. Well, it was their safe thing to do with Becky. They just that was lazy booking, just going, okay, we're just gonna give it to Becky.
But did they use that as a way to re-sign her? Was that kind of one of those things? So you know her contract and Seth's contract.
It's up in May or June.
Now that Seth got hurt, his contract's gonna be extended,
and they're gonna take some time off. Probably have another kid, is my guess.
More than likely.
I think they mainly put it on Becky right now to just put over someone else.
Which I should have given it to Nia. Give it to Nia finally. Nia needs to get she's been helming that when she came back. She's actually been doing pretty good in her matches. Not saying that she's it was the best from what she was, but it has seemingly improved, and because of the fact that maybe the fact that she lost a little bit of weight, it's more control for her to be having these matches.
If you're gonna give it to Nia, then you need to have Jade Annihilator. Like you just need to have a good match between. I mean, you need something to establish Jade. Because I mean, her going against the Kabuki Warriors and Damage Control, like none of those women could throw a punch her. And then you throw the best ever at her too, is you throw Bianca and then you throw Naomi. Like, that whole match was a squash match. Like you knew that going into it. So now it's like,
was that our 13-pointer too?
Yeah.
I should have put 13 points on that bad boy.
But if you give it to Nia, and I could see it going to Nia. But I could just see it being Jade needs a real competition. Exactly.
Well, I think
one real competition for her.
It was Rhea Ripley.
It's
Bianca.
But that's what I'm saying.
Bianca's not no competition for Jade.
She is a competition. But here's the thing. This is the angle. You give it to Nia Jax. Let her run it, because right now Becky, as we just said, was just kind of to give it to her. You give it to Nia Jax. And you let Nia Jax and you let them go at it. Jade and her couple pay-per-views run. Jade wins it, and then all of a sudden you have Jade come in, shiny new belt, and you're gonna have Bianca get mad. It's gonna be a rivalry. Now all of a sudden you can have two of these people go at it.
I can see that.
And you can have the actual event where it's beef versus beef. It's muscle versus muscle.
Orton Hogan all over.
No. This is like Brock Lesnar facing against John Cena at this point.
Correct.
John Cena being Bianca Belair and freaking Brock being Jade at this point. Molly Wap.
So
when you try to push Bianca Belair against Otis a couple year and a half ago when they did that whole competition or whatever,
like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Like you pushed her as this like. She's the new China 2.0.
Well, she was not.
She's not.
Nope.
No way.
I said it all
Jade is closer to a China in my mind, just because of the build out and everything. So if you would do it where you can then have Jade versus Bianca, probably by SummerSlam in a good run,
that'd be nice.
You could then have Rita coming back, and now you have a triple threat where you have three heavyweight women going at it.
2 heavyweight, and then 1 little heavyweight coming up.
Light heavyweight, come on, give her credit, man.
Eventually, they are going to have Jade versus Bianca.
Like that.
Can you bench more than her?
Can
you leg press more than her?
Can you squat more than her?
You can't. Look, the bigger than mine, that's fine. It's all good.
Can you bench more than Dominic at this point?
I know my limits. They ain't gonna reach that much.
So it's going to happen. They're going to have Jade and Bianca actually be a tag team first.
Yeah.
They'll probably win the women's tag team title. They're going to protect Jade as long as they can to help her develop more in-ring skills to WWE quality. Because the AEW, they just kind of threw her out there, and for the most part, she just did squash matches, which works for her, like Goldberg. But WWE, they want her to hone down on her wrestling skills, so they're going to pair her up with Bianca, learn from her,
correct,
set up the feud between the two of them, when they lose the tag team championships. Probably be next year's WrestleMania.
The question is, why are you all so worried about these storylines when it's just a diversion? Because people are selling shares and it's going to end soon anyway.
I was just about to bring that up. Like,
good talk. Good
I mean,
talk. Good talk.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Speaking about the
all right.
shares,
So this is what's going on right now. So Vince allegedly has now sold. I'm sorry. Put all his
allegedly. I like that.
Vince.
How much?
no.
Vince and
no.
Nick Khan both put all their shares for sale.
Vince.
It doesn't mean that they're being bought right now. They're just up for sale. So there's a difference there.
But hasn't Rock bought all those shares that he's?
So, what was that?
Hasn't The Rock bought all those shares?
No, he hasn't.
No.
What was it? What recently came out to him buying, or he just bought more?
No.
shares?
No, TKO gave him shares for his WrestleMania
Gotcha.
appearance as a wrestler and as part of the board.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's two separate things there.
Okay.
Nick Khan, what he's doing is he is selling his shares high, and he's going to rebuy it when it goes low in like 2 or 3 months.
High. It's actually the stock is down. The stock opened up at 104.
Yes.
It's down to $96
Yes,
when I checked the
it's
market.
high right now. It's going to go lower.
Oh, it's gonna go lower.
It's
for
going,
sure.
and that's why he's selling now because it's going to go lower, and then they'll rebuy back. Vince, I could see. I forget who, maybe Ken or someone I was talking to about that, where he was going to then join with the Saudis and probably rebuy WWE and make it private.
Oh, okay.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. And with
And base it in Saudi.
Or is he selling his shares and so is Khan because, they were on the Epstein list, if you know what I mean?
Right.
Khan's name might have come out in some of these lawsuits and to save the company.
No, like before.
Well, because Khan is he still keeps his position regardless of what shares he has.
Look, man, a lot of people have been saying for a long time, Bruce Pritchard's name was in that list with McMahon,
That's facts.
along with Nick Khan.
That's facts.
So
Laurinaitis.
all of a sudden, it's like
Laurinaitis. Yes.
all of a sudden Vince sells his, and now Nick didn't even do a piece of it. He literally said, "I'm done."
No.
If you think about it, he just literally said, "I'm done." So that goes to show you there's something coming up.
Oh yeah, well,
He literally put the nail in the coffin.
well, so was Triple H's and so was Stephanie's name. They were all brought up in the
They're all in
lawsuit.
their
So-
So at this point, it's like, how deep were they in?
Right.
So just because your name is brought up, let's put it. There's an accident.
Oh yeah,
And if it was just a little bump until you give your side of the story, how deep are you actually in?
Well,
Correct.
It's kind of like what happened with, from what I was reading, Michael Jackson came up, but Michael Jackson, the girl said that he had nothing to do with it at all. That Jackson just laughed it up and said, "No, I'm good."
man, Sony, stop trying to bury that man. That man is dead.
No, I'm not-
He's-
You sound just like this man right now.
He is alive with Elvis and Andy Kaufman.
DED, dead. No, I'm just kidding.
Or on a boat with his kids, just like somebody different. We won't go there.
But-
With Tupac.
Yeah.
But,
Alabama Tupac?
allegedly. But it's kind of questioning what's going to happen with that company part, because
Kobe, we appreciate y'all for watching.
I want to know what Netflix does in documentary and what they talk about at this point, because I know Netflix they still have the green light to share that show, even though they're being sued to put it out there to stop it. But at this point, Netflix is like, you guys can sue me all you want. I'm putting it on there. I want to know what that story is.
89?
Give or take.
Not his mustache. His mustache is still pretty good.
78. I think he's
I still think
78.
that's penciled in.
I don't think that is a real mustache. I think that's eyeliner. Right
I'm
there.
not Vince McMahon. I'm somebody else.
It's the late 70s, yeah?
I think it's 78.
So I'm tracking with what you're saying, Tom, but why does that make sense for a 78-year-old?
Because it's Vince McMahon, nothing makes sense.
Look, he gets millions.
It's
for-
power, it's
millions
control.
for shares, and he drifts off happily.
Yeah, but see, I could see him not maybe being involved with the Saudis like out in the public. I could see him pulling the strings behind the Saudis, or
he's
pulling
78.
The strings with Shane McMahon, because Shane McMahon still has. No one wants to talk about it, but Shane McMahon still has stake in this company.
I wasn't asked that question. Like, where's his position in all this at this point? I mean, there have already been reports saying the reason why he stepped away because he didn't agree what Vince was fucking doing.
Yeah, right.
But at this point, where
we're
does he
enjoying
come
it.
in and coming back in? Does his name come back in the mix to take some in there?
His kid's going to North Carolina to play football.
Yeah, I thought he was going to Indiana. Oh no, he has the one in Indiana. The other one's going to North Carolina.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, he
So
just wants to be a dad right now.
Yeah, but he's still making the money from it, and that's the only reason why.
I'm sure he's not hurting.
No,
Definitely. No, definitely. not.
That monthly check when it comes in, he looks and says, "All right."
Yeah,
That's good.
that Shane McMahon merch still, that still covers all that.
He sees the millions go in. He's like, "Baby."
Well, there's that tuition.
Here's what I'm saying though.
That's true.
This lawsuit on Vince is not going away, and they got him dead
Dead to rights. Dead to rights.
Oh, yeah, the feds got him
And
for sure.
listen, I can't let you take control of my company, and that might be what they're after. I'm gonna sell my shares. You can come after a couple million, but I'm gonna sell my shares for billions of dollars or whatever. He's a billionaire, right?
Right.
So I mean, he's gonna do that, and then he just gonna his run is done.
Yeah.
I mean, how good is his health? We don't even know.
Nope.
I mean, for the first time in a while, we actually start seeing him more in canes.
Yeah.
Like, probably starts
Now-
taking back all the medicine was probably on, and if you see
Well,
him dwindling down, the
I
point
would-
he's coming
Well,
up with
Don't-
testosterone.
Don't
Well, here's the other thing too with Vince though,
too,
because he likes to put on the show for courts.
there you go. And
He did it with the steroid trial.
Exactly.
He had the neck surgery, so he's wearing a neck collar.
Exactly.
He wants that sympathy.
And you gotta look at
It's-
all
the
these
whole thing.
so-called billionaires who go through the whole court process in the sense.
Weinstein, the
It's like
same thing.
the exact. Everyone's going in, gets arrested healthy, goes into court and gets all these things healthy. But once you go inside the freaking courtroom, all of a sudden something's wrong.
They're
with
decrepit.
There's an itch.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a surgery and I was. now
They're
my
on their
shoulder-
deathbed, pretty much.
So no, it's for sympathy.
Speak from experience, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
it's for a jury.
Look, that don't work with billionaires no more because they're pure jury. The juries don't get them. They're like, fuck you.
But that old
Especially what's
mentality
going on
is
with
still there.
Yeah.
That's the dilemma. That
I'm
old
just telling you.
mentality is still there, and the lawyer's gonna be like, that's all right. I think you can go ahead and put the brace on. Just we can swing a couple of votes our way. You know what I mean? Get the little waves twiddling up in there a little bit. But go ahead. That's fine.
I mean, because all
Makes
they
no
got to do
sense.
is what you're saying. They do that to create reasonable doubt. All they got to do is just show footage from when he was on steroids, banging chicks.
That's.
Oh, hell yeah!
Laying the Smackdown.
Yeah.
For
Yes,
real, right?
exactly.
It ain't about where he's at now.
Nope.
Hey, he might have pulled a muscle.
Literally.
I'm guessing that workout you did last night didn't go your way. Yeah, you're right.
Listen, I think Vince is going to drift slowly. I don't think he's going with the Saudis. That's just my feeling.
That's your feeling. That's fine.
I don't
So,
think
and you know what, man? Whenever he says something, he hasn't been wrong. On the stuff he said, he hasn't been wrong.
There's a few
So-
things.
Tom is the one that's been wrong.
I've not been wrong.
I mean, that's
Hold on, wait.
How many times have I been wrong?
Wait, who's been wrong? Who's been wrong?
You know what I was wrong about?
What?
The rejects timeline.
Always when we're watching,
Hey,
man.
why don't you guys do it at 9 on Sunday? Saturday at 2. I was wrong.
Man, that's this guy over here confusing us with the time frames and stuff, man.
Hey, because the rejects, we work when we want, how we want.
No, it's not called rejects. That's called millennials.
One question I had though: where does Stephanie play in all this? Because she just came back to WrestleMania.
She's
She's gonna go do ECW.
technically not involved yet,
Not bad.
but I mean that's where like what's fishy is where The Rock came back on the board right away. He's always been buddies with Vince, been buddies with Nick Khan.
Her kids now.
I think they're teenagers
Oh, yeah.
now.
She might be doing
Or junior
a
high.
little bit, right?
Yeah, she did do the moms for a little bit.
I think with Stephanie though, the only dilemma is because of what's going on in the court and the name drops. I think that's why she kind of same thing with Shane. Step away just a tad bit. Let the focus get off of the McMahon part of things and off the TV part to give viewers more, I guess you would say, more ammunition to kind of put out there as far as bad.
Well, the other thing too is Rousey is putting more fuel on the fire.
Rousey. Fuck
Thank
Ronda.
you.
Fuck
Fuck
Ronda.
Rousey.
I'm just saying.
This is what I had to say about say that. I'm sorry. Listen, I was definitely don't. Okay?
Facebook, this is the reject side of it.
No.
Put them in jail.
The only reason why she's stirring all that shit is because to promote her stupid ass book that no one gonna go sit there and buy in the first place. And all it's like you gonna sit here and shit on WWE.
Pull up his Amazon wish list right now, please. That first thing that's on there.
$2.99. Yeah, you're right. $2.99 being sold for $2.99.
Why'd you say buy for the fourth time?
Yeah, because it's
Like the pay-per-view.
it's like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how you crap on WWE and then all of a sudden you leave and then you're like, oh, I'm not gonna come back to this company. You shit on them again. And then all of a sudden you show up full time again, you wrestle for them again, and then people and the fans talk crap because you're not as good as you thought you think you are, and then you leave and now you're talking shit again. And now you're not even just wrestling. Now you want to talk shit what happened at UFC. So you mean to tell me you were okay getting in the octagon and saying all these excuses now? But it's like you can't put that in an excuse. You're just only doing that for your book. I get it. Just stop being a crybaby about it.
Cody Crybaby.
Yes, exactly.
It's a Ronda Crybaby.
It's a Ronda Crybaby. I can't stand what she's doing right now. I didn't want her to come back to WWE. The second time when she came back, I'm like, look, if you're gonna crap and especially do disrespect to Roddy Piper, do disrespect to him and the name that he gave you, and then you do this whole little beautiful skit and homage and saying you can have the name and all this kind of stuff, and now you're doing this to that name. It's you're shitting on the product that you really was trying to give fans to cheer for you. You're shitting back on it. So it's like, no, you disrespect the product.
I think she's living off of what Eric Bischoff has said before.
Oh, that
controversy creates cash.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And that's what
She's laughing all, as my dad always says, she's laughing all the way to the bank. Whatever she does right now, well, however you feel about it right now, you bought 4 of her books off Amazon.
It was a 3-for-1 deal, okay? It was a 3-for-1 deal. I bought on Groupon.
That's fine.
He got the copy of Audible too, so he's working out. He's
Man, I hate this woman. I hate this woman.
Come on.
I can't stand this shit, man.
I'm going to make sure I press as much as Bianca does too now.
I was sad she lost, but now
that's not the only one though. Bret Hart has made books where he's talked bad about the
his senile bastard. Yeah.
Hey,
wait, how many minutes is into the first?
They did 42 minutes in before Brett got in.
That's a record time.
Brett is the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be. What are you arguing about with what Brett said shitting on the product?
I'm just saying that controversy creates cash. He's over here saying that Ronda Rousey is shitting on the product.
Yeah.
Comes back, leaves, sits on the product.
So why are you bringing Brett in this?
But did
why are you bringing Brett into this?
Because he does the same thing all the time, though.
No, he doesn't.
He's doing it now.
He speaks the truth.
At AEW because he didn't shit on the product, right?
He showed up to debut the belt.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, I'm glad the fact that we're on the same page.
But
I mean, it was definitely a money grab. I mean,
we're both Bret Hart fans. I'm just admitting that Bret Hart has written a lot of books, and they sold. In his
he wrote one book.
Oh, well, yeah, but still, it's sold.
It's sold.
It's sold. A lot of books.
I was there.
Old man only read half the book.
It was it was all the stories throughout the years that gave you a backstory with stuff.
But
he wasn't shitting.
But here's the difference.
He wasn't shitting on the product, though.
The difference between Brett and Ronda is this to me is Ronda lived and did this all in the generation of when the internet was around.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So you had podcasts, you had the internet, you had social media. So all of her stories and all of her grievances and why I don't believe in all the crap is because why are you waiting till now? And to your point, but with Bret Hart, he wrote the book because there wasn't the internet back then. So there was always rumors of why
he kept
did
the journals.
So when he wrote the book, I give him more credit for doing it and not shitting on the product. It was more of it was a tell-all, you know. And this was before A&E did all the documentaries and all those where you have all that stuff.
Correct.
I just noticed one thing.
Same thing with
when we cuss, it's the reject side, but when they cuss, it's okay. Make that make sense to me.
It's a good show.
Making sure.
It's a good show. But it's the same. It's also the same thing.
Do as we say, not what we do.
For the last dance to come out, and then Pippen wants to come out and say, "No, man."
Oh, that's a perfect example. Perfect example.
The same thing with Pippen.
Because who is it now? There's 3 ex-Bulls players that are going on tour right now, bad mouthing Jordan.
Yeah, and it's all the players that left. Forrest Grant,
Thank you. That's it.
Luke Longley.
Pippen, and Luke Longley.
Yeah, they're all going on
players
tour.
That the MJ
Hold on,
didn't really
you know
like.
Whoa.
This is a wrestling show. If you want to talk about, the only one you can talk about is Rodman. You can talk about Rodman. That's it.
I was trying to compare a little bit, but then I got lost in translation. Okay, I got it.
Hey, just because you like to swing from somebody's cock, look, when the truth comes out, doesn't mean they're talking bad about it.
But now when the producers swing, that's a whole different
Do I gotta
story.
send him the picture? Do I gotta send him the
That's all
picture?
I
Oh, you did
got.
already? Oh, okay.
That's
So
all I gotta say.
Hold on. So let's also talk about Bill Goldberg because Goldberg's not coming down.
Yeah, he's now coming out. Yeah.
Shit now, this guy.
He's talking a whole bunch of.
Hey, I sold his book to someone in England for like $60. It was free. It's free here.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Oh.
I'm gonna need.
Oh, that was like early 2000s.
Hold your gun. Why?
Mick Foley has a book, multiple
I
books.
believe- listen,
Foley's
I
got
believe
multiple
Foley.
ones.
Oh, that's
Foley's
underrated.
good. Yeah, I
That's
see him.
underrated.
He was the New York Times bestseller.
Rock
But
had
really,
one.
Rock
I
had
have
one.
a
Jericho.
question.
Jericho has
Seen
3
the
of
little
them.
Video of him and Hulk Hogan talking to each other again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is that recent or was
Yeah.
that in the past?
No, that's recent.
That's recent.
Yeah.
They're sitting at a
Don't
burger
you, don't
joint.
you see like the tagginess
I
on the
just
whole?
don't look bad. Just make sure TikTok be having some stuff and that.
I'm
That'll years
surprised
ago.
Hulk Hogan, with all the stories he hasn't came up with a book.
Yeah, in a
Guys,
book.
still getting paid off the name.
Yeah, a couple bucks.
A cartoon.
You don't have.
That's right.
Well, I mean, he just tried to.
This is
I mean,
already
his
public.
well, his family's all messed up. I mean, his,
Oh,
Yeah, Hogan's
His-
book came out during his second run with WWE.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did he mention how he discovered the Undertaker in that book?
How he discovered Undertaker?
Yeah.
Hogan?
Yeah,
That was one of
he's
his
going
claims.
around saying
What?
He discovered Undertaker.
Oh.
Don't forget, man. Listen, Hogan did a lot of things. He told Tony Khan to start up AEW, and he did. He told Tony Khan to start the beef between Jack Perry and CM Punk, and he did. Look at this. Everything that Hogan touches is gold, man. So Hogan brings cash.
He told
Hogan
Tony
is
to
one of the
leave,
biggest
but
liars ever in the business.
he said I could wrestle. Okay, guy. All
Yeah,
right.
you see, he's
All
been
right.
calling everybody out. He called out the Ultimate Warrior. He called out Bray Wyatt. He called out Owen Hart. He called out everybody. He said, I can fight them all.
Yeah, he wants to be in the mix of wrestling, knowing he's long gone.
Just tash it out.
Yeah.
Don't forget, Ryback is also bashing the product again
fuck.
after all.
Ryback always is.
Nobody watches Ryback. I watched his live. I went on there just to see how many people watch him. 160 people.
Wow,
watch his
you
thing.
guys
I'm
actually
like,
get more views than
okay.
Ryback.
I'll get more people than Ryback.
Everybody on this platform gets more views.
still more, man.
So,
But there's a lot of wrestlers that go on social media when they get released or they a week later or a month later, whatever, and they talk bad about the product. They talk bad about the promotion. I mean, it's the old thing of, you know, don't talk bad about your past employer because you never know what's going to come back around.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's where wrestling's a little bit different because you actually can do it.
Contract, yes, the guy that cannot be named on this show.
But here's the other thing, though. Now,
But that's who he was going
Weenus.
in and on the freaking
Weenus.
platform, and he's like, I mean my true form. You can like it or don't like it. Either way, obviously the views are coming in. So just pay me the money.
He just wants money. That's it.
Pay me the money. Pay me
here's
the
the thing that
money.
I want to see with what we're talking about right now. All the wrestlers that get released, they all go on the show and they all talk bad, right?
Facts.
And they all talk bad. Why? Because they have a 90-day at the time non-compete.
Compete.
Now, guess what just went away? The non-competes are gone.
Yeah.
So when someone gets released, the Federal Trade Commission said they can go to another anything.
Yeah.
So now, are you going to see the companies and the people that get released talk bad about the company, or are they just going to go right away and try to get a check?
Listen, I'm just worried about me modern day Maharaja. Where is he going to end up? That's what I'm worried
TNA making $500 off a pay-per-view.
about. That's my guy.
Hey.
I mean, 500 total buys for that pay-per-view. 500 total buys.
Give
For
me
the
an
TNA?
idea
For
of
TNA.
what talking bad is.
Oh.
About the product. Here, I've heard it several times from
Well,
the table.
so
Talking bad about the product.
Talking
bad about
Ryback is a great example of that. Like
Okay.
Ryback is someone that to me will completely bash anybody that's on there. Anyone that's in production, Gorilla, anyone. He'll just find someone whose name is randomly in like a headline.
Kevin
And-
Nash
yeah.
do the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Kevin Nash is another one. Kevin Nash has been talking shit about for a long time. But Ryback, for my example, is one person's in the media, the headline, and he's right on there.
Yes.
The other one was Bubba Ray. He's another one that podcast I always hear is bashing everybody.
Yeah.
If you want somebody bashing everybody, Jim Cornette.
What
Jim
do you mean
Cornette don't
bashing?
mostly-
I mean,
He'll just find every little reason because that person is in the headline and hot that he tries to get on that clickbait.
Basically, what Ryback does, what Ryback is doing is just trying to get views. So he's trying to just
Keep his name out there.
Anything he can. So say, oh, if I was wrestling, I'd beat them and I'd squash them and blah 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 because I'm the big guy. I'm Ryback. That's what I do.
Well,
that's what he literally. That's what he does all the time. And it's like they don't do it the way when I was there, man. Look at everything I did. And it's like no one cares about you, bro. You've been irrelevant.
But also too, it's a matter of like when storylines come out and they're discussing about this wrestler versus that wrestler at the moment, he's the same person that goes on there and says, oh, they would have never picked that guy had I not said no to that. Because they came to me first and I said, nah, I'm not going to go that route. I'm going to do this or that.
No, so all of them, do they have the narcissistic personalities?
If it wasn't for me saying no, then I would have never got the push that would ever got deserved.
Obviously, it's working because y'all can't keep their names out your mouth.
No, I can. You guys can't.
I gave them up as examples.
So obviously,
total jackass.
Because that's the thing. If you don't, the best way, like what Vince used to do, is if you don't want to know about them, just ignore them.
Yep.
Don't mention their name at all.
Yep.
They no longer exist in this company. So as soon as like they sign a contract elsewhere, their name, pictures, logos, merchandise, it's all off. They do not exist.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. You know, hey, look, as somebody who owns a station that has a lot of tension on it sometimes, that brings in viewership. That brings in money.
There's tension on the show. There's tension on these shows, really?
There's definitely tension on our show.
No, because our show, whenever we're going beyond, we get Facebook jailed from some rejects. So like, show up. Hey, can't go live today.
I was responsible for one of those events. The other one is responsible for the other one next to me, okay? Ooh, it's not my fault. It's Facebook's fault. They're the problem.
Technical difficulties.
They're the ones trying
to or technical difficulties. You don't update the browser. You unblock the cookies. I mean,
yeah, man, those damn cookies.
See, but TMZ or whatever, right? They have an entire. They have a whole entire.
Nothing but product, that. Exactly. Right? Nothing but product about that.
That's what you know. That's what.
True.
Want.
But it's the same. Let's put this. I want to bring in NWA in this part. If you watch that Straight Outta Compton video when he was basically telling bad media gives attention, draws attention.
Right.
Also,
That's
even
why
bad
you have
news
the
page.
news channels still doing literally the same story and saying the same words at the same time.
A good example is Dark Side of the Ring.
Even then, draw a lot of attention. Guys. People were talking about. That's where the whole thing about Dark Side of Vince McMahon. So they brought it up. Draws attention.
There is the dark side of Vince McMahon. It's called the mustache.
That's his alter ego. We have 6 phases. There's 6 identifications of Vince McMahon. We got steroid Vince McMahon, corporate Vince McMahon.
Now, Senor Vicente.
So, anyway, with the documentaries, have you guys watched the A&E biographies at all? Have you guys been watching the A&E biographies lately?
Not the most recent ones.
So, like, my issue with those have been the first hour and a half is good. Yeah. The last half hour is always rushed.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want to hear about this stuff, and you're just condense it within a minute.
Yeah, correct.
While like the Peacock documentaries, the Netflix documentaries, the Amazon Prime documentaries, those things are good.
Yeah.
They're like
30 for 30.
Yeah.
30 for 30 for sure.
It's like they're in depth and they don't rush anything.
The way they did it for Ric Flair for his 30 for 30, that was a good, was it 2 hours?
Yeah.
It's almost 2 hours?
Yeah.
Well, what was Bray Wyatt? Bray Wyatt's
was like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Hour and a half, 2 hours.
So
I watch it.
What you guys are trying to say is the fact. What you guys are trying to say is the fact that Ric Flair's autobiography, or whatever the heck you want to call it, is more than his Hall of Fame speech.
Yeah.
Which Hall of Fame?
Yeah, which one of that one? Yeah, last match he had. Okay.
I'm saying his speech. I'm not saying his match. I'm saying his speech. There's a difference.
And the other shocking thing right now is WrestleMania still doesn't have an announcement for 41 yet. Where it's at.
Well, Undertaker supposedly they're saying
now maybe delayed to May. Undertaker leaked it to Las Vegas. Originally it was going to be Minnesota and Brock Lesnar's final match. And now it's
Brock Lesnar final match where? He's coming back?
They were saying,
They
before,
were saying if it was going to be in
before.
Minnesota, the big thing was it was going to be Brock Lesnar's final match because of him just being in Minnesota, Minnesota born.
His daughter.
Oh yeah, she did.
Hey, but she
There's no denying that daughter.
Yeah, that's
Oh, with her doing, being in, like in Olympic style wrestling, does that mean she's gonna probably take her dad's footsteps and join the ring herself?
More likely.
I can see
She's a walk-in.
I was just saying, not just her dad, her mom, but then I'm like, no, different.
No.
Not
Different mom, yeah.
Not Sable mom. You're right.
I don't even know if he had kids with Sable, is he?
Oh,
Yeah,
did he?
does.
Did
I
he?
think he has 2 daughters with Sable. If I'm not mistaken, too. So, allegedly.
No.
Yeah, allegedly. I know that.
The way he's like,
Because she had kids with Mark Merrill before she married.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see Brock trying to kind of keep her away from it. I mean, I could.
UFC.
No.
Takedown game.
No.
The next Khabib, the female Khabib.
I could just see.
Tackle a few. No, that'd be great. I think I want to know where. I think Las Vegas would probably be the best bet. You should match it
But
for.
in May,
But why? Yeah, why in May?
that'd be way too hot in Vegas in May.
Well, they want to make sure it doesn't happen like they did this past.
Well, that was
WrestleMania
just
event where
stupid.
cold,
Well, that's
rain.
just
So why
stupid.
would you go to Philadelphia, an outdoor?
Right.
Thank- Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That don't. That-
And New Jersey, New York, what they did before. It's like, why are you doing that?
I mean, hey, we just wait 5 years to be in Chicago.
More than 5.
You don't.
That's coming.
7. You gotta give about 7.
All right.
No, they're going to want to be the first ever event.
Oh, yeah,
there.
yeah.
They'll want to be the first ever event in that stadium.
Mm.
Like they were with United Center.
It would bring a lot.
Every wrestler loves Chicago, so I think that'd be a good spot for sure. That'll be the first one to go. Everyone loves Chicago.
I can see.
What's that?
I can see
I feel like I
WrestleMania 50
asked
though.
about-
Just it would be probably 50, just because it would be the big number, the new stadium, new. I could see WrestleMania 50 in Chicago if they get the lakefront stadium.
They go to
They're-
Vegas. What
they're not
No,
doing
even if
anything-
they get Arlington Heights or whatever.
Yeah.
No, they're
It's gonna
not
be
doing
nice.
anything anymore with Arlington Heights. When you guys saw the concept, that's it.
That's the official one for
That's
sure.
the official one. They're not doing anything anymore with
So-
Arlington Heights. They just bought the land, left it there, and now they're gonna
Damn,
So
I'm
the
not
problem
going
with that
WrestleMania
is, so
then.
right now, so you know about that one.
Man, they're selling that land for millions.
Yeah.
Millions. Of
So
dollars.
the Chicago Park District saw the plans and has not officially signed off to give them the land. That's the whole issue. Is the
That's
Chicago
the issue.
Park District, the relations? What's the actual term of their group?
Yeah.
Something of the park or something. People of the park or whatever.
Park, yeah.
They have not given the land back. The McCaskies do not own that land. That's the whole issue, and
Right.
that's where right now it's going back and forth. The design is there, and everyone loves it.
Which
But-
is why they're trying to hype it up.
They're trying to hype it up, but that's also why Arlington Heights now is like, hey, we're gonna give you that tax break you want. Because what's messing it up in Arlington Heights is the school districts.
Mm.
The school districts want, well, it's not about the kids, it's because they already have a tax cut. So then all of a sudden, if you're gonna give one to the Bears, they don't get as much.
Mm.
So it's a political game there. So now you're going to see Arlington Heights come out, and then they're going to use that against Chicago, and then Chicago, it's going to go back and forth for at least another year.
Gotcha. Well, speaking of audiences and stuff like that, why the hell is AEW with low audience views and stuff?
Listen,
What's up with those
I'll
guys?
tell you
Yeah,
back to what I
they're-
said. I'll tell you back what I said to Cousin Joe. Listen, AEW, go back to your roots. You try to go. You were a small little fish. You try to get out and try to go into the ocean. You weren't ready for it. Go back to the now arenas. Go back to the small arenas where you made home.
Yeah.
Stay there for right now. Then build up your name. When
And-
you did Forbidden Door in Chicago, how much were tickets? I'm not even gonna look at him. How much were tickets when I bought them?
Mhm.
$2 a pop, bro. They were less than $10. I spent more for parking than I did for the actual tickets.
Well, in their defense for that, everyone got injured for that pay-per-view.
And it tells you back to the thing with AEW, the dilemma that they have when it comes to the audience. It's like your matches are great, but if you are not giving yourself good storyline to
Well, it's
to
that,
those
and
matches
also the production quality.
and the production quality.
Stop
You
spending
would
all
think-
this money on Mercedes or whoever. Use that money towards your production,
Mhm.
because that's why people like watching WWE. Is right. Like I remember when I was a kid, I'd watch WWF. My dad was a big WCW guy. I tried watching WCW with him, and it was hard because it was so dark.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I don't like it. It's like Disney with Pixar movies.
Yeah.
I like those movies because it's nice, bright, colorful,
Vibrant colors.
and
Because you're old, man. So-
Well, and the other thing is too is the production part, the stadium, with the entrance when the wrestlers come down the ramp. I feel like they got to reinvent or redo that part a little bit. It seems too high schoolish to me. And what my dilemma is going on now is that all these little videos that fans are spewing out, it's like the entrance seems like you're in a stadium. You're just in a gymnasium.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, it's the
So
Ring of Honor
VFW
style.
Hall.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Give it back. Like even Nitro had a decent entrance view, or whatever.
They had a lot better
What's-
dancers too.
Get that.
Yeah.
Hey, Tori Wilson came from there, so I can't say no to that. You know, that was good. That's good. But
And
they
Stacy.
gotta fix that up a little bit.
You okay?
Hey man, what you say all the name, man? Back it up.
Hold up. The fact that you know all these things.
That's what's going on right now.
Right off the
I want
bat.
to ask that question, but then I'm
Michael's
over.
wife came from there.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I'm like, I just knew they had dances. I didn't even know who came from it, to be honest with you.
As soon as I start naming this song, then he's like, now we're talking. Let's roll with it.
I can't even remember.
What's going on?
I can't even remember watching WCW Nitro. The only reason why Nitro stays in my brain is because of Ready to Rumble, the movie.
Okay.
That's the
Well,
only
okay,
reason why,
okay.
and that's completely different views, but
That's what started the downfalls of WCW.
correct. But
It just baffles me how AW's.
that was before Dark Side of the Ring, by the
All right.
way.
And at this point, if I'm Tony Khan's pops and I'm looking at it, I'm like looking at him like, hey man, look, I know we're spewing a lot of money into this, but buddy, we gotta fix this up here a little bit.
And that's why I think they got to start doing partnerships more with TNA
Mm-hmm.
and even AAA, New Japan.
Yeah, really good wrestling.
I love their.
But no one's watching it because of their channel.
What's the team that came out of Royal Rumble?
They're not
Jordan,
Jordan,
Chance.
Jordan, the champion. Oh my God, that's who they need to hype up more over there.
But the thing
Like,
is, there. when
Use
they-
as your face for sure, TNA.
But now my thing is that relationship concrete with WWE now?
Because they are
TNA,
part of
TNA.
because TNA has that deal with Endeavor for the pay-per-views now.
Like, can that be the reason why Nick Namath went to TNA? Probably that little open door policy between them.
Naomi went back and forth from that little bit.
For right now, I know for a while.
They're doing what you said. They're staying in the small venues.
Mhm.
TNA, they ain't going big.
Well, and their issue too is their TV. Like they're not on a major channel like AEW is.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like, look, I'll tell you. The one time I went to a Dynamite show, it was at the Now Arena. More than half of that sucker was empty.
Right.
Literally, you had people in the nosebleeds on the other side that I saw literally just come on down. They're like, there's nobody there,
Right.
and it was like, cool, I get it. That's when the Young Bucks
Like
actually sold it and said, look, this is a dream.
Mhm.
Our dream is to fill this place up again, and we're gonna do it one day. And I'm like, look, man, I can get behind the dream, man, because I'm a dreamer. So hey, I'm right there with you. But you try to take that momentum and try to go to the United Center.
You went
Like
to
that.
you try to go too quick.
And that was the thing, is like you didn't let it build up, man. So that's why it's like it looks so bad on you now, because you try to sell it and say we can, because we are the competition. No, you're not, dude. Chill out, go back to where you
Well, here's
go
the thing
back
too
to
with
where- like your roots, and then build up from there.
They're only been in business for 5 years.
Yeah,
They're doing way better than TNA did.
absolutely.
And that's where it's like
I agree with that part.
they have the talent.
Yes.
They have behind the scenes. I think what really hurt them was when Regal left.
Yeah.
When he went back to WWE, that really was a
It was
kick in the
Regal-
crotch.
It was Regal, Cody, and then later on, CM Punk.
Well,
Yeah,
the other
Oh,
thing,
Sorry.
The
but
weenus.
sorry,
no,
but-
I think he was hurting them too.
I mean,
No. I think it was the MJ effect. He was wrapping them guys up in the back end, like, hey, we got to get this rolling out here, and then all of a sudden he leaves. And
I mean, I definitely think that the issue that they have is you have Kenny Omega, you have the Young Bucks. They are so worried about their career. Okay. I think you need to bring in people like a William Regal or the Dudley and bring them in. Someone that's been done. They're done. They still want to give back to the industry
right,
and do it the right way, but they're done. They're not worried about going out there and being,
the face.
their face. Yeah.
Putting the face.
Yes,
up
he
there.
wants to be a guest referee, whatever. But
Right.
But again, you need someone like that. You need someone like a Paul Heyman. You need someone that knows the industry. It's not a shiny toy that it's always been with comics.
Collecting your action figures.
And that's all Khan has always done. He's just going to throw money at the problem. And I mean, look at WCW. They tried doing that and it didn't work. Learn from that. I mean, history is a pendulum. It's going to go back and forth.
And that's why I say it's not looking good for AEW, and I think it's not going to be looking good moving forward because a lot of like wrestlers like Mercedes or wrestlers that are coming in like a Swerve and Okada are going to be sitting there looking. We're going to be coming to a venue like this, and why am I spending all this energy and having this half-hour match to put on it for the people when it's only 6 or 7 bleachers?
Well, here's the other thing that you're saying about that. You bring in Monet, you bring in Okada. Has it come out yet what her contract was?
No.
13.
No.
That was like 4 years. Some odd 13.
Okay.
Some
chicken.
So, well, let's just say, but who's your next star down in the female division? What's the next star? Like, you look at a salary.
I agree with
Let's just say you have Monet at $5 million, okay, a year. Now, your next person, where are they at? There's a huge gap.
Yep.
And now, what's that going to do? That's going to piss talent off.
It-
You know, I mean, you know as well as anybody probably is if somebody you hire as a company you work for. I know, Tom, you don't understand. So you work, you're the boss, but you hire somebody new, and a new person comes in, and it leaks that they're making $5 more. You've been here for 5 years. You're pissed.
Yeah, exactly right.
You know what I'm saying? You leave, you go somewhere else. Well, in that industry that we're talking about, you leave, you're only hurting the product that you're leaving. You're not helping it.
And the other thing is too is the social media part. There's the social media part. When fans are gonna sit here and watch your product on live TV, and then all of a sudden, like later on that same night, you're gonna turn around and show the stadium, and you're gonna see it's all empty and stuff like that, and say, "Hey, this is the show. That's not right. It's not right."
Producer's done with the rejects talking.
John's on it. That's what
But I mean, and like what you're saying too, but also it's like, all right,
It's not a good look.
these people that are coming in though,
Yes.
right? Yeah, you're giving them the money, but it's like the same as the effect with WWE.
Right.
Who's your top guy right now?
Mm-hmm.
Former AEW guy who is gone
Yeah.
for a while.
Yep.
He's now there. You don't think that's going to piss off Seth Rollins,
Mm-hmm.
who's been working his ass off
Right.
for how long?
Exactly. Same thing with
Drew.
With Drew. There was that was
Oh,
why
Drew
they were
left
a
too,
little-
but
yeah, they're a little upset at that time and whatnot. So it's like you cannot be right. So that's why you had to compensate for all that and say, look, I get it, but understand why it's a business part of things. Is why we didn't tell and say too much. But at the end of the day, it's good. It's going to work. Once we get you guys in the room to understand what's happening, then you guys will get a lot.
But also, here's the other thing: how many do you think are in the actual draft pool to want to get beat up? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, yeah, I mean, who's really? I mean, if we all were sitting there, we're all talking as fans. I mean, I'll tell you right now, when I was 13 years old to 13 through 15, I did backyard wrestling. I've been put through tables. I've done all that. I enjoyed it. I'm crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you sign me up right now to go do it? No.
Your hair kind of tells everything.
Oh, for sure.
Stupid.
Dude, I got a nick right here from when someone hit me with the actual fluorescent tubes, and I've learned to not take out the chemical. I had a chemical burn on the back of my head right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
But again, it's one of those things where who's signing up for it?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so it's
Right.
like when Tom was saying is, you know, you had a Seth Rollins that was there, and then all of a sudden Cody came back. Well, look at the Young Bucks. I mean, they were over in New Japan for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Same thing with Jack Perry currently one that was happening
Correct.
with him. But again, that's more
But
for
his
the
was more
people.
like a quote unquote punishment.
and that's where like
an exile.
if I was Seth, I wouldn't resign right away.
Nope, take your time.
I'd take time off.
Yeah.
He is.
Well,
His thing is like up to 9 months that he's going to be out.
Right.
Yeah, but all that does is it pushes his contract 9 months down the road.
but take that time. Let the product miss you.
Yes.
Because if you're never missed, no one's going to care.
Which is the
Miz
same
is a
thing with
perfect
Roman.
example.
Yep.
It's been there for how long?
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone really care about the Miz besides Nega Timothy?
I was about to say,
No.
No one cares
No.
Well, it's like
because he's always there.
Y'all gonna say R2 cares about it.
Well, our but like I said in the show before, our truth for me is the 2024 wrestler. For me, is the wrestler that I watch. For every week, I want to see what he's gonna do. I mean, like
He's
he's that
entertaining.
comic relief, but he's what did we figure out? I was 56, 57 years old. I think we looked it up a couple shows ago or whatever.
54.
And there's some things that he's doing in that ring that,
some 20 some odd.
Yes,
years,
exactly.
People F you and-
Yeah. you know, and it's one of those things where it's something like when my 14-year-old watches, I mean, he enjoys watching R-Truth.
52.
52. You know, and he's in great,
Still young. Still
Yeah. you know, so it's one of those things where, you know, he's that person for me, and I don't know there's really another person that in the industry that I want to sit there and always have to watch.
Well, that's
his first time at WrestleMania.
the first win.
First winner.
Worst way.
20 plus years in the company.
Yeah.
What was his name before R-Truth?
I forgot.
Gay Quick.
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 Who was his
Yeah.
partner?
Road Dogg, Road Dogg.
Road Dogg, but he was with WWE as K-Quick before he went to TNA.
TNA was
Because he used to come out in all black pants with the black rubber bands on his arm, on his biceps, and he would walk out first. And that was before he went with Road Dogg, when he was not Road Dogg in TNA.
That's right. He was. He said some of that name, some silly.
because he was with what's his name with New Day, Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods.
Because there were Truth and Consequences.
Yeah.
Apollo Crews.
But I mean, I definitely do see like
Apollo Creed,
Apollo Creed,
something like
Apollo
that.
Creed in TNA. I mean, I definitely see them bringing like again Jade, and there's some other wrestlers that they are bringing in that I think have potential, but you also have the higher ups that gotta want to work with them.
And I think right now the issue is the higher ups are going to cater to the fans way too much, and it's going to really hurt the product.
Yeah,
but I think that's industry wide right now. I don't think it's just a WWE problem. I think when you have that shiny new toy that you're paying all this money to, you're gonna want to make them the marketable the talent, and that's gonna hurt people that have been there for a while.
Let's not sit here and not remember his words. Tony Khan said himself, "I'm not taking a bump. That's only for entertainment. I'm not that kind of guy."
And yet, what did we see on live TV just this past week?
Got the Meltzer driver.
Right. And that was a horrible. I'm sorry, that was a horrible move.
He took it better than what Vince did with the last stunner.
Yeah. Hey, whoa, wait a minute. That's a younger buck and then versus this old buck, literally.
Steroids, no steroids.
Right, exactly. Like go back, rewind.
And here's the funny thing too.
Okay, hell of a drug.
Tony's dad came out to the ring.
Yeah.
First time like he was ever shown on AEW.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah. Well, you notice, I mean, his mustache looks powerful. Vince looks pathetic.
Because I would like to see his dad come out,
those pencil marks,
kind of yell at Tony a little bit, like, "What are you doing?" Or like, I want to find someone else to run this company, kind of storyline.
Exactly.
I can see
That'd
that.
be cool if they actually become their own civil war between dad and son. Build their own teams.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, that would be a good genius move for their part, but
maybe it's a good TV move. But my one thing about that is this: I'm gonna say is why is it when WWE brings in a celebrity appearance, a Bad Bunny at the beginning, Logan Paul, and all these people, but why are they able to find people to do it at some level of professionalism? You bring in Bad Bunny and say what you want to say about him, but the matches didn't look horrible. It wasn't like a David Arquette in WCW.
Because they spent so much time training. Like even Bad Bunny said, "Dude, you don't understand. I spent months in the lab.
It's a level of
crafting this."
And why I'm bringing this up, and I'm glad you say that, is because this is where I think WWE differs more than AEW, because they care about the long-term booking versus the quick pop. And that's what AEW to me has always been, is that quick pop.
Well, what I would say with that though, it's the later version of WWE has been putting more emphasis on getting these celebrities to learn the ropes. Well, before, like you had Pete Rose coming. Yeah, you had Snooki. You had
David Arquette.
Well, that was WCW, but
Green Arrow guy.
Steven Armel.
Yeah, but he actually though
Jay and Jost.
he actually can do a lot. I don't know if you ever watched the show Heel. I mean, he actually, I get it was a show on Stars and not a lot of people watch it. They're trying to bring it back to Netflix or whatever, but he actually cared about the industry. He was another one like a Bad Bunny. So that was where I kind of started to see the pendulum go into the positive for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like before when you had Jackass on there and you had all of them.
They had LeVar Mello on.
Yeah.
Or LeVar, but whatever his name is. What is it? LeVar Ball.
Look at somebody like Snoop. He reappears and he respects it. He stood in for that WrestleMania botch.
Right after the incident with Shane.
Level of respect.
Yeah.
It's different.
He was high as hell.
So high that he was like, "Let me get in the ring too."
Well, like the one thing,
the referee yelling at him, "Snoop, throw a punch."
I mean, back in the day, WWE, I was watching because I wanted to do a marathon based on WrestleMania. So I started watching from 1 to 10, and I've always loved when they had celebrities. They weren't in-ring performers. Some of them were part of commentary with like Vince McMahon or Jesse the Bobby Ventura,
Timekeeper.
timekeepers. Some of them were like in
Referee.
the
A valet.
Yeah, refereeing, or some of them were actually doing.
Bob Uecker doing the
Yeah,
interviews.
there you go. That's what I was trying to figure out. I couldn't bring it up. So why not bring that back to WrestleMania and do that instead of?
But this WrestleMania pissed me off because it was just like all advertising.
Yeah.
That's bothered the shit.
Especially if night one, I couldn't stand the ads everywhere.
The prime on the ring.
The in-ring wing stop crap. It's like,
Right.
no,
The
get
prime hydration.
the prime hydration in the middle of the ring, and it's
Right.
like, no, you can't. I'm like, no. I'm sorry. You
That's
can't
why it hurt
have
their
that.
product. And
I
it's,
don't know. You can't have that. Like commercials and stuff like that when they did for Slim Jim and everything else. It's like, okay, you understand why they do a commercial or why they brought a Kia or whatever the
Right.
case would be in the car wise and all that kind of
because
stuff.
that's what I missed this year. Is like because of all previous WrestleManias, there was always some type of vignette with a past Hall of Famer,
Right.
a little comedy sketch, or some storyline buildup. This year was matches done commercial.
Yeah.
Matches done commercial or advertisement for whatever.
Well, this is also the first year in a while that they didn't have really a host. I mean,
No.
there was years past they had, Fluffy was a host. He was a valet in the back. You had
New
New
Day.
Day do it. You had Snoop Dogg do it a couple years ago as well. I mean, you had that kind of homage to the past by doing that. And I think that was something that they really wanted to try to show. And that might have been Triple H's like, this is a new era. We're going to focus on wrestling. We're going to kind of make it very straightforward.
Mhm.
But one thing that I do want to say that we kind of we touched on a little bit with Stephanie is, why is she never taking the last name?
No, it's McMahon Helmsley.
But when they announce her, they just say, they don't say Helmsley anymore. They just say
Oh, they don't?
McMahon. They went back to saying McMahon.
Oh,
But what I'm saying is now with these allegations out there, is she going to be a Helmsley instead of a McMahon? To where now you have a new character, you have a new.
Carry the name out. Take the name out because the name carries weight.
Probably,
That makes
Negative.
sense.
I
It could go from
mean,
there.
my guess is probably to make the name better, change what people remember the name. I mean, you have Chris Benoit's son, David, who's still trying to wrestle, but he wants to wrestle under the Benoit name. He wants to get rid of the dark era of that name and rechange it to where people will be like, oh, this is this is Benoit,
Mhm.
the one that we, the better
we grew up
version. So why not McMahon try to get rid of all that dark history and rebuild it? Because one, we never knew what Grandpa McMahon was like.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
definitely
why
not.
let something die based on the legacy of your dad when your grandpa and your great grandpa were great legacies that were left behind?
Well, there's always one generation that kind of messes it all up.
Yeah, we all know that generation that happened.
You
That's
know.
right.
Damn boomers.
There's always one last.
Oh, one molasses.
So,
But yeah.
all right.
All right, Tom.
So I'd say that's probably it for our show, our half, and 2 weeks is our next show.
2 weeks.
8
All right.
o'clock.
2 weeks. Mark it down on your calendar.
I will.
2 weeks, 8
I'll
o'clock.
put it in my Rolodex.
So what's going on with you guys? Are you guys switching up tag team partners again? Or?
No. We're sticking. Me and Zach the Mac. We're staying together. We're sticking with that. With taxi.
See, I'm just
right now.
finally glad to finally put names to faces because because you guys have interrupted shows and never, I know the old man because he's clearly the only old man here.
Pretty much right. That's right. No, yeah. Me
So-
and Zach the Mac. We staying tag partners. The last event that we had that you guys hosted with the whole try-in tournament crap. It was a technicality between the other same too. Okay. He should have listened to me what I said.
So are you saying there should be a draft?
No. I'm saying not here. No.
I'm just saying when you guys are going head to head again, you could buy some picks off us.
Oh, I gotta pick something.
Oh, no,
This guy's right.
Oh, no, man. Okay.
I beat you guys again single handedly.
That's all right, man. We're getting.
How many points did you guys have?
I have no idea. All
Yeah.
I just remember is the fact that when I sent my picks on my partner, 3 or 4 of them were different than me. And I'm like, all right, dude. And I literally almost had like the whole clean card. I'm like, you idiot.
No, the one that pissed me off was Gunther.
Yeah.
That-
a lot of points.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I went for Sammy that at the card, and he went for Gunther. I was like, all right, well, there you go.
Gunther and
So Gunther.
Rey Mysterio's son Dominic.
Dominic.
Those two cost me a lot of points. And
Dominic
Bianca
cost me a lot
Belair
of points. I'll
The
tell you that.
Dominic
Dominic cost me points.
Had it not been for his injury, I think he would have won that one.
We wouldn't be looking at this guy with
Oh, you would have always been looking at me with this belt.
Hold on.
I won this belt by landslide, man. It's like always that be happening around here.
Hold on, wait.
You guys won't even defend that
No,
belt
that
against
was
me.
one match.
I was gonna sit here and say, you would really just that one match? It wasn't the fact that you gave up 11 points on the other one.
No, what?
Oh, okay,
No.
good.
I don't remember.
I'm imagining to give myself 11
yeah.
points, but guys, I mean right there.
Hey, all I gotta say is Seth finally lost.
Yeah, I agree.
In more ways than one.
Yes. You see that video with his leg all like limpsy about it after the little
No, he went inside. His leg was like this. I was like, oh no.
That at that moment when Peacock
Literally,
cut
man.
off or on screen or whatnot, it was
Yeah.
like a quick little break. It was at that moment where he went in for the punch, and I think they had it on tape, but they're like, "Oh no, we can't air that. We can't air
No,
that."
so like, what they did, so they never showed him go in.
That's right.
All the videos are fan videos because
Correct.
they kind of just caught like because
Right.
it was
Right.
They show the clip.
no, it's because he just went in so slowly.
Right. That's
So
it.
when he finally goes in, like, and he gets the punch, like you see his leg go like,
Yes.
Like,
One leg
heads
goes
up,
one way, the other leg goes the other way, like flimsy.
and then, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
and then when he's just sitting there crying, I'm like, bro, I now understand your pain.
Because
Right.
when
Yeah.
the Peacock, when they show back on air, it was him on the ground and then Roman above him a little bit, and then the Rock's like looking around like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
You know, that was what came back on. So it was just
And that's just where I feel like the WWE did not do him justice with that. I feel like
I
if you
agree.
would
I
have
agree too. I
if you would have at least shown like even on Raw the next day, been like, yeah, you know, we want to say, you know, our
much.
thank you for this. We want to show you what happened last night. We had an injury, and you show that. It would have kind of given you a little bit more of a story because, like, when he came out,
You showed all for Cody.
yeah,
Mhm.
but it was just like I didn't know what happened to him, and then all of a sudden you're on TikTok, you're on everything. It's like, oh, damn,
Now I
like,
see
oh,
why.
okay, now I see why, and it's just like now I have a little bit more respect for him, and also the whole like. When you saw Kevin Owens and you saw Randy like trying to like help him up and do all that stuff, it was just like, okay.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah, I agree.
Now it's the most important question on the table. Do you respect them more now?
No, I always respected Seth. I don't like his current persona.
Same. I was
If
same boat. Same
now
boat.
if he with him gone, he comes back, reinvents himself. If we get the real Seth, he'll be awesome.
Well,
If we get this weird Liberace thing going on again, where he's wearing Becky's clothes and stuff,
those are all.
yeah,
I would love to
The
see.
little
We
crazy-
sing a song.
The
That's all
King-
I'm
I
saying.
would love to see two things. First, I would love to see two things this year happen, and I said them both on our last show last week.
2 weeks.
Is I would love to see Seth Rollins do a burn it down persona, as his song says, and go back down. Show him right now training the old Rocky style, you know, like getting back to the roots, going back to maybe not Ring of Honor, but like a TNA or somewhere like that, an independent, and show him actually working it out, and then him to come back and be the old Seth, you know, get rid of the gimmick, get rid of all that, stop looking like the caterpillar from fucking Alice in Wonderland.
Mhm.
And I would love to see the same thing with Cody, is have him kind of come with a
Edge.
deranged look, like something happened, something snapped. Like they had a perfect story with Shinsuke,
Right.
is they could have done something where he hit a nerve, maybe bring up Dusty, maybe bring up his
Oh,
brother.
stop bringing up Dustin.
Not his dad. I'm saying, but his brother.
Dustin.
Dustin. Bring up Dustin and bring up something about that and have him, you know, snap, because they did it with The Rock, and you had Dustin come out there on his thing and say, oh, we're introducing the tag. Oh, yeah, by the way, The Rock. And I don't want to get us in Facebook jail, get you guys in Facebook jail, but he literally sat there and was just like, you know what?
Don't worry.
Fuck The Rock.
I was gonna say, I'll say it for you.
And
Fuck
it was just like, okay, so now you're bringing him into the story.
Right.
He's not even in the company.
Now,
Right.
you're not exactly not in his company, it's his own thing. Bring it somewhere where you can turn it, and I could see you bringing something where now you have a unhinged Cody, and I think that would then be able to go into that nightmare persona. Maybe have him come with the black hair, or the American Nightmare is the Bullet Club.
Mhm.
You have enough members now.
They won't do it though.
No.
They won't do anything that wasn't their idea.
Well,
So-
no, Vince wouldn't do anything that wasn't his idea.
They still won't. All right.
I can see Triple H
So-
doing something.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for our show today. Let me tell you something, brother. With Rejects Invasion, as usual, unannounced.
Make
Show
it
up
better.
whenever.
On the show, don't lie.
Listen, because you
And-
know I got paid by
Hey,
Sprinkles.
hey! In 2 weeks is our next show of Let Me Tell You Something, brother.
We're not gonna be here. He's got a wife. I got a mom.
May 12th.
That's what I said. He's got a wife. No.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is me, SG3 here in the 216, and that is the Reject Rundown, the better of the two shows. How y'all doing? To the right of me is a man with more hair than he has nicknames. Brother, introduce yourself.
Yeah, that's right. It's Zach the Mac. You know what I'm saying? We on the attack this episode. Right. Shout out to the fellow podcasters with us. Shout out to the Time Show. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let me tell you something, brother. It was a good one. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for hanging out. We're still there.
It's better because we were on it. That's why.
Exactly. You know, we helped that situation out there, but we got a lot to talk about with the rundown situation. I'll hand it off to the hostess who
knows the mostest.
He knows some things. You know.
That's right. Yeah, I know a little bit. You know, a little bit. But what's up, everybody? It's me, TDK. Thank you for joining us here at the Reject Rundown show. It's going to be fantastic. We got a good show popping off. We got a lot of stuff to report coming up next. All right, everybody. That's right. And generally, as always, Google us on any platform you'll find us, man. You'll see us get all there and stuff.
You did.
All right, but we got to get into it, man. This past month has been crazy.
It's been madness.
All right, now we got to get into my rundown report, man, because CinemaCon was just recently, and they announced a lot of stuff that you guys need to be tuning in, man. There's a lot of movies coming about, a lot of projects happening between industries, and it's going to be great.
CinemaCon or
CinemaCon.
Okay,
CinemaCon. Now, the big takeaway is because there was a lot of stuff, but I do want to shout out real quick. Michael Jackson's biopic trailer was shown at the CinemaCon. So all those that watched and that were there, fans are giving a positive reviews heading for it, which is going to be great.
Got to.
You know what I mean? I think that's going to be a good show. His nephew will be playing cast as him. I can't remember his name. Oh, wow. But we did say in the past few shows. So stay tuned for that. Transformer 1, animated, everybody. Not live action, animated, okay? Fans are giving that a little bit of mixed reviews, everybody. So it's a little, I think on one end, adults are not liking it because it feels like a cartoon. It feels like a Cartoon Network going into a movie.
A little too much animation, I think.
But yeah, it's the same adults that bash Space Jam too.
Correct, Amanda. And at this point, it's like as if it's like going back to how Optimus and Megatron became good friends, were good friends at that moment. Yeah. And then how to develop for them to be evil against each other. So
it should be good. A little prequel.
The mixed reviews. The animated show was not bad. But also, too, they announced that the actual live action movie is going to be happening, but it's not just going to be happening on their own. It's going to be a crossover with G.I. Joe. Zach the Mac.
So excited about that. Nice. I did hear about that, dude. It's going to be awesome.
Yes.
I hope I think they're going to obviously get a new cast for the G.I. Joe situation, but it's going to be dope, man. Mm-hmm. Honestly, like as a child, it's a little fantasy of mine. I used to make those worlds collide a lot, so it's going to be dope as hell. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be action packed for sure.
Besides worlds collide, I think you also had a 5-finger discount happening going along with the G.I. Joe's. No. Put down the allegedly, okay? There is proof.
Hey man, worry about yourself, man. Worry about you, man. Dang, worry about you. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's your own brother. He don't right under the bus.
It'd be your own people. It'd be your own people that throw you under the bus, bro. It'd be your own people.
I love you, man. I love you, little bit. The Sonic 3 trailer did drop over there during CinemaCon. Everybody, fans are giving that positive review. And past that part, it was announced a little bit after that Keanu Reeves is voicing Shadow, everybody. So
that's not the important news we want to hear. Say the last part.
Yeah, the last part is Jim Carrey returning, everybody. He's officially returning.
A little fun fact to cut you off, but Kid Cudi's going to be in there too. I think he voices voices somebody. I don't know if he voices
probably a new character.
He voices somebody or but it's going to be interesting for that too. Shout out to him. He's doing his thing there.
Good job. Mm-hmm. No. He's on Knuckles. He's a villain in Knuckles.
My bad. There you go.
So he's on Knuckles?
Yeah, Knuckles.
You're right.
But I mean, I agree. It's gonna be nice. People are raving over the Keanu Reeves casting as Shadow, and voicing him. Not bad. It's a good pick. Good actor pick for voicing him. Gladiator 2, everybody. Gladiator 2.
I was when you first said, I'm like, hold on, wait, what are you trying to say?
I had to separate a little bit to kind of put it out there. But Gladiator 2. Trust me. Trailer drop. Fans love. Fans are raving over this trailer. Okay. They're saying that it may not be as good as the first, but it's damn near gonna compete. It's on that level. And the reason why Denzel Washington is in this movie, I did not know this. No, did not know he was for sure. He's gonna be in this. Pedro Pascal will be in this movie for sure. Joseph Quinn, the one that's gonna be portraying as Johnny Storm in an upcoming film, and he's gonna be in this. So basically, Denzel Washington character plays the mentor of the main character that Paul Mescal, I think he's a new upcoming actor. Okay, Lucius, it takes a little bit right after time and all that.
Okay,
and at this point, he's going to be the mentor. Now, who better to be a mentor in the movie than Denzel into that? Because he's on that level. He's on that level with Michael freaking Keaton. He's on that level.
He's up there. He's up there with what's his oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman too. You can say that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Up that level. Yeah, or Al Pacino. On that level.
Yeah, I mean more relevant than Al Pacino.
Yeah, sure. Stop.
Shout out, baby.
Oh, hey, baby. I'm gonna put up there real quick.
What's up? What's good?
What up, sister?
What's up, sis? What's going on? But yes, at this point, and also too, Pedro Pascal and Joseph Kim are portraying villains in this movie.
I like that.
So normally we see Pedro, as the good guy.
Yeah.
But he's actually in this film going to be a villain. They're saying that he's going to be a monstrous type of villain. When you watch movies and you see these type of bad guys or generals in a sense that are assholes, he's that asshole.
He's gonna bring it. Yeah, it's gonna be
for
good.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
So he's gonna be the evil general for sure, and then Quinn is gonna be the evil emperor. That's gonna be coming up after the
love it. Okay,
so it's gonna be.
You're selling it. It's
gonna be nice. It's gonna be good. Now beyond that, Joker 2, we all got the trailer to see too. But besides that, when they were watching that there over at CinemaCon where it first dropped, everyone was loving it. Positive freaking reviews. The old man and I did a show over there on his show, WrestleTude, everybody. So tune in on that one. We did a little talk about the trailer and discuss what could be happening. So, I think our ideals is that this could be, more so not on the Joker's point of view, but on Harley Quinn's point of view. Her dreams, her hallucinations, and
fantasies,
exactly about Joker or whatever.
Shout out to Lady Gaga for the role.
Could be happening. That's right. So it could be happening. So stay tuned for that. Now, beyond that, Captain America Brave New World happened over there. Was shown the first footage over there shown at CinemaCon. It was fantastic. Fans are giving it a little bit of mixed reviews, though, everybody, because it's Marvel at this point. They don't, they're not really having a great track record.
They want to see this. They want to see this new chapter, and they're going to be very big and picky about it.
Exactly. Footage shown that we're giving actually says fans a little bit more on the Winter Soldier type of vibe.
Yeah.
So I think at this point that's a good aspect moving forward because of those who watched Captain America and liked Winter Soldier, we all know that was the better film
out
of the trilogy.
Top five, one of the favorite Marvels.
So, definitely so. That's good. Look out for that one. TMNT The Last Ronin was announced. Okay, we have seen the novel. We've heard about it. It is happening. They are making a live action movie.
So
can't get enough of TMNT.
I do have a question on that real quick.
Go ahead.
Which of the Ninja Turtles is supposed to be the last Ronin?
Michelangelo.
Is it really?
Yes.
Michelangelo.
Okay, nice. I'm okay.
Michelangelo. All
That's
right,
gonna be
cool.
dope. That's gonna be dope.
Is the last Ronin. Now, there's been two different ones, but at this point, the first original one was Michael.
Okay, I'm with
Hey, look, we got a guest.
Yeah.
We got a guest today. How you doing, brother?
I just took the last Ronin. Man, that thing.
I'm
Lights
sure.
went out.
I'm
sure.
I appreciate
Close
I'm
that.
sure you were
Jeremy,
meditating
put
very
your-
hard. Yes.
Do not go in there.
All right. You will be the last man standing.
Yes, on that one. Now, beyond that, though, it's going to be a live action release. The film is set to be R-rated, so that's the first for TMNT.
I'm with that.
That's going to be nice. Now, Walter Hamada is set to produce. Now, fans are not thrilled with this pick.
Okay.
The reason being is because his track record in films is not great.
What
He was behind the Aquaman 1 and 2. He was behind the oh my gosh, what was it? There's a bunch of films at this point.
Hold on,
right
wait.
now.
Wasn't Aquaman though like really greatly received?
The first one was.
The
But
first
That's what I'm
one.
saying. The first one.
It was greatly received. It was a lot of fan favorite, loving it. But if we all have a little bit issues with how it was story told, there were some issues there.
Yes.
There were some
Okay.
gaps missing.
I do.
So
I do.
that's
I'll pretend like I watched it.
that's what
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
saying.
upset with that one too.
So there are a little bit of mixed reviews. on that.
I mean, we'll see how it goes.
That's
I
what I'm
guess.
saying.
Yeah.
They're concerned. They're concerned. with
I'm concerned. I'll tell you that.
Now, Deadpool Wolverine trailer dropped during there, but man, people were loving it. And then we got the trailer the next day on the weekend. Great. Where I'm excited to see that one. I'm excited to see Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman come on board to have this film. It's going to be great. So far, everyone's raving about the trailer. They're picking things. In the trailer, we got to see freaking Ant-Man's skull in the suit.
The amount of cameos, basically. Professor Xavier's
He's got the
sister.
budget he's always dreamed of for this movie.
Literally.
They ain't wasting it at all whatsoever. They're doing great. And now, remember, this is the only Marvel film to be theater released in 2024. So this is going to make some.
It's going to be
money.
controversy.
It's gonna be controversy.
It's going to be
What's
good.
nice though is like with what Marvel's been doing is you go through these spurts of you're very interested, you can't wait,
Yep.
And all of a sudden they go on this stretch of just bad.
Yes.
You're like,
Yeah.
all right, stop doing this. And then they bring out like a Deadpool or whatever. It's like, oh, this is refreshing.
Exactly.
It's something different. And then
He's gonna
It's going that
he's
route
gonna
because
shake up the game. He's gonna shake up the game.
It's gonna shake up the game a lot. And it's gonna play into what they're talking about with the multiverse and where people have issues with their storytelling in the multiverse. It hasn't been great with the storytelling, right? It's been hit or miss. So at this point right now, some of the projects in Marvel are being addressed. The project with Blade, the project with freaking Ironheart, the other shows that could be hitting Disney and stuff like that.
The Kang Dynasty,
The Kang Dynasty,
Phase
all
5.
of that is
yes.
being worked on currently, and that's has a lot of people wondering. But Deadpool Wolverine at this point is a stepping stone to the great future that actually could be happening.
Obviously, spoiler alert: how that ends is gonna change.
Shock
yes,
the
it's gonna
freaking
change
world.
the
I'll tell
game.
you that
yes.
right now. It's gonna be awesome. Now, I did, and this is a rundown report because it's been happening, man. Music industry, we rarely bring it up.
I like that you brought it up. I like that you brought it up.
I got to because I saw it. Chris Brown versus Quavo.
Bro.
Now, normally there hasn't really been a great rap battle against each other versus between artists at this point right now.
Hold on, wait.
I know. I'm gonna get him. I got you. I'm gonna get him with the whole Drake.
We haven't seen that many.
Kendrick.
Haven't seen that many.
Yeah.
But we've just seen a few. We've seen freaking out what J. Cole freaking
Yes, so you got Drake,
Cole,
you got Drake dropping an album with J. Cole, or not, I mean dropping a couple of features with J. Cole, and there were some disses on there.
There you
Kendrick
go.
responding with Future.
That's right.
The rap game stepping it up there definitely, and the whole, I don't know how much you guys know about the whole Chris Brown and Quavo situation.
Oh
but
my god,
it aroused it like, you know, it came to the light for a whole all-star celebrity game.
Yeah,
because Quavo didn't play against Chris Brown.
Oh,
so after Chris Brown became, I think, 2-time champ for the whole celebrity thing, he bluntly called out Quavo.
On live air. I did see
Yes,
that.
bluntly called him out. He said,
All
"Where
over
you at? Literally, where you at?"
Yep.
And
Which
then
was-
dropped the track, and the track went crazy.
And everyone's sitting there wondering how Chris Brown could rap so much. But like, bro, you guys,
Bro,
don't
he can
understand.
rap.
He can rap. He's
He
a singer.
He a
but
rapper.
He rap.
He
He's
a
lyricist.
rapper, a dancer, an actor.
So at this point, both diss tracks are crazy. Tune in, listen to them if you guys haven't. It's freaking awesome. Now, UFC 300 did pass by. It was a freaking success. It moved up to number 3 at their all-time earnings. And what's it called over there? So it was a success in the money books. As far as the show itself, we were excited. We're up on our
You're
feet.
way too excited. for
Beyond
that.
Freaking
the world was mad that we were excited. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, Facebook was definitely mad.
It was great. It was a great match. It was a great success on that part. Now, here on the Reject Rundown, though, I think we got a little trouble a little bit here. We got a little too happy.
Put us in jail.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a
Post
little
on
bit.
my show.
You post on your show all the time. It doesn't even matter.
It was,
But it was a good show nonetheless. And I think 302 is stepping up at this point because they're saying 302 will be Connor's return. Am I right?
I think
or
it's
303.
I think it's 303.
303.
302
Did he
though.
start his own promotion? I thought of it.
He didn't start a promotion, but he just bought, and it was just breaking news this past last night. He is now part owner of Bare Knuckle.
I did not know
Last
this.
night, Bare Knuckle.
Yeah.
Last night, Bare Knuckle.
Didn't he show up to it, though?
Was great. Huh?
Didn't he show up to it?
Yes, he did.
Oh,
He showed up right
hell
after the last main
no.
event with Mike Perry versus Avalos.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay, so what?
So he's involved in that. Not bad.
So he's preparing for this loss, basically.
Yeah.
We love you, Connor.
Hey,
we love
sorry-
you, Connor.
sorry,
We love
Connor.
you.
But we all know what's gonna happen with Michael
Bro,
Chandler. That
oh,
boy's
man.
about to give you the work.
He's
about to
crazy.
you up, boy. So just say Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney ended up in a shocker because everybody was rooting for Devin Haney. I think Zach the Bag.
Boy, I called it.
Together.
Tony the Kid saw it
Yes,
right now
you
because
did. Yes,
I
you did.
walked in the room and I said, "Bro, I got Ryan all day." He put the pause.
I did say Devin was a little bit more better wrestler because of Ryan's antics had me a little concerned what was going to happen in the boxing ring. Was he really mentally there? But he proved us all wrong, and afterwards he shocked everyone and said it was all a ruse.
He put the pause on that man.
And he put
He put
did.
the pivoty pause.
He
No diddy, no diddy.
You know what I mean? Yeah. He laid the workout, man. He
Yes,
gave
bro.
3 I'm saying it
He
was
gave
at
him that.
least
He gave him that Kanye workout.
5 knockdowns.
It was 5.
Bro.
It was at least 5 knockdowns.
It was a triple TKO.
Yes. That boy was getting work.
I'm gonna say this. Devin Haney didn't come in with the plan. He came in with the plan, but he never
did.
executed the plan.
No, he did not.
Because
Oh
his
my
game plan
God.
was, I'm gonna nullify the left.
Yeah.
You did not.
No, he did not.
And
Got hit by the left.
But his thing is also
Boy.
his thing is
Spooked up by the way.
everybody kept making fun of him and kept saying, well, he's prepared because if you look at him, whenever he throws a jab with his right, he lowers down the
That's right.
excuse me, when he does with the left, he puts down the right. So all Ryan did with the whole fight was just, all right, cool. Blink, bam, blink.
It was
Blink.
all
Bro, it looked like George Foreman versus Michael Moore. Just blink.
It was dirty, man.
Click.
It was dirty.
And all he kept saying was, "You gotta block the left." I am, yeah, with your cheek.
No, with your hand, not your face.
He's trying to tire him out.
Bro, you trying to tire him out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
So does that really
That's why he was like this, right?
does that really mess up the boxing game? Like, because for Ryan
up their plans.
for Ryan to take the L against the fight we saw before, and then for him to come back, the bounce back like this.
That's correct.
You know what I mean? Is that this?
It messed. Let's put it this way. It especially within Devin Haney's camp, it messed up their plans because at their mind they were expecting to win, and then after this, they're more likely to call out Tank and say, "What's up?" But at this point, with him losing, Ryan has the upper hand. It says literally, I literally have the upper hand, bro. I didn't just win by decision. Wow. I mollywopped you throughout the freaking fight, and I got the win by decision.
That's a lie, man.
Yeah, no.
Listen, that one judge had a 112, man.
Once that thing was,
bet you he won't be back.
Out, that boy was booed out the stadium. That's exactly right. He ain't gonna come back.
He had a 112, man. He had it right there.
Remember, there has to always be that one judge gives that stupid card. That one guy. But that's all I have for the reject rundown. Everybody, stay tuned as always. I'm going to pass it over to Zach the Mac.
Show?
No.
That's because we talked a lot of your show, man. That's why.
That's on my part. That's on my part. But pass it over to Zach the Mac. We got to give the Zach the Mac report, man. Let us know what is going on in the NBA world right now. We obviously know LeBron won, but whatever.
No. We're going
one more day.
We're gonna go into some of the fun facts real quick on a couple of notes there.
So LeBron ain't fun. Okay, I got you.
Well, we're gonna get into it. Though. We're gonna shout out to quick, Candace Parker. So she was a WNBA.
That's right.
Chicago
MVP.
That's
yes,
right.
exactly. Chicago, not native, but Chicago. Well, yeah, Chicago native. So
was it Hinsdale Central?
Yes, Hinsdale.
Yeah, so she definitely put in her retirement. So shout out to her. She was MVP. You know what I mean? She did her thing. She still will be relevant. Obviously, she's gonna be on ESPN. She's gonna be a commentator still, which she's been
more
doing.
money there.
Exactly, as she should. You know what I'm saying? You should retire with a check, obviously, multiple checks. So we'll still see her, but shout out to her for that. I want to also give out a shout out to what is it? Correct me from Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark.
So I want to touch on that real quick though. So shout out to her because she did her thing in her high school year and her college year. She was been breaking records out here. This is the same lady that went head to head with Stephen Curry in the 3-point contest. Yeah. Okay, she did take the L, but hey, it's prideful to be there on that stage. And we want to shout out to her.
Do that.
She didn't do the 3-point contest.
She didn't do the 3-point contest. No, that was
somebody else on the WNBA.
I thought it was getting her. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my bad.
They talked about next year. She's going to do it.
Oh, so she does want to come next year.
She's going to do it next year.
She's a shooter. She's been breaking records either way. Right. So shout out to her. So she should do it. She's honored to do it. So
needs to do it.
Yes, I'll take that one back there. But honestly, shout out to her. She also, I wanted to touch with this is she also was offered instead of going into the Indiana where she's at now. She also got that offer by Ice Cube.
Really? It's a
right. For that, for the big three. Ice Cube offered her $5 million to play there.
Nice.
Yes, man. And she did turn it down, obviously. I mean, it's up to her, it's her life, her decisions. But I just wanted to get you guys' opinion on that too, because I mean it's interesting that she gets offered that, and Ice Cube's definitely trying to make his big
splash.
Yeah,
really is.
You know what I mean?
He wants to change the game up a little bit, add a little more younger players.
And that's not chunk change. That's a lot of money.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That's a big contract right there.
The reason why she turned it down is a Nike deal.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
because she'll make a lot more money with Nike in the WNBA.
Something million, I think, for them.
10 or something.
It was.
That was like $8 million or something.
Yeah, it's up there. Just on the shooting alone, man, she good.
I mean, hey, money talks. You know what I'm saying?
Jersey sold out right away.
Yeah, exactly.
My perspective would be with Clark. I would still be okay, but it's like go to the big three. You can eventually make more past that 5. I think it's the chance that you're not too sure you really want to take. But also, too, I feel like it's, the resources that come with the WNBA at this point right now still is a little bit greater, for sure, than the big three. And I think that's for sure why it's
is she going to change the game in the WNBA of getting those ladies bigger contracts?
Could be. I think that could be the big question. I think maybe that's why she's trying to test the pool out there. I can see that. It's just because it's a high risk.
You got like the people petitioning for them, like not play at the Sears Center, play at the United Center instead.
Yeah.
Get more seats in there, get more money in.
Correct.
Exactly. There's already been other teams in the league. They're like, no, we're going to the bigger arena now.
Right.
When Fever come to play.
Exactly.
So either way, she's gonna make her splash though. shout out to her coming to the WNBA. She's gonna definitely break more records, multiple records. So
all I know is she's gonna be selling out arenas across the country.
she is.
Right? And dude, the moment she comes, look, this is not even resale. I don't even know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't even know if this is resale, but Ticketmaster right now, just to see her when she comes to Chicago, nosebleeds are $100 and some odd dollars.
Right.
Ooh.
And last season they were like 20, they were like 15, 10.
So their expectation is already up there. Okay.
It's because,
Very
dude,
nice.
listen, when
She's a
she
generational talent.
Okay.
when she and Angel Reese went at it, 14.2 million views. First thing first thing I asked my boy who was like, dude, she can't sell out the United States. And I said, tell me the last time an NBA semifinal got 14.2 million views combined. I'll wait.
Damn. That's nice.
Patiently waiting on
Yeah,
that.
patiently waiting on that. You're right about that. So that's going to be interesting to say the least of what's going to happen. So maybe you're right. Maybe she did make the right decision to move on over to the spot.
I'm saying
It is, yes.
Go for it.
So
So
with me, she's with Indiana. So it's all good.
So yeah, hey, that's good for time. That's good for time. So with that being said, shout out to the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? Equality.
Equality.
So it
getting
is.
paid more.
It is
Gosh,
definitely
'cause of her,
playoff
they're gonna get paid
season.
more.
Before we get into the standings and everything, I want to touch on some injuries. Okay, so before we get into it, I want to let you guys know that the stats I bring you next is with injuries. With that being said, okay, so biggest injury that's big controversy right now is Giannis being out with
Don't
the
create
calf.
excuses for Milwaukee.
Oh hell, bro, I love that they're out. It's fine. I'm okay with that.
Pacers would have whooped their ass anyway.
I love it.
Pacers had Milwaukee's number all freaking season.
They were, they went into it. They definitely went into it.
Giannis, he scored all these points this one game. Once a stupid game ball.
Yes.
You know what? Screw that. Pacers said, screw you. We're whooping your ass the rest of the year.
Tell him again, Tom. Tell him again, bro.
Screw you.
Indiana all day.
Like Dustin
He said he
Runnels-
bleeds yellow.
Like Dustin Runnels said to The Rock, fuck you.
I love it.
Fuck you, Giannis.
I love it.
Fuck
But
the
that-
Bucks.
and to kick them while they're down too, they also lost Dame Dollar. He went out with the ankle injury, bro. He
Yeah,
did.
he played.
Achilles.
He played because he got fragile ego. He knows Indiana's gonna whoop his ass too.
He said, "You know what? I'm gonna go down too."
They're gonna go down too.
I'm gonna go down.
Chris Middleton tried to do it today too. Did you see that?
Yeah, he did. He walked off like, "Yeah, my leg does hurt a little bit." He does hurt a little
Bobby
bit.
Portis already knew, like, oh, this game's done. I'm getting out of here with 2 minutes.
Yes, that's right. That is definitely right, man.
Before they even get started, man, they want to
Man.
go.
He said, "I ain't
Hold
gonna
on,
get
wait,
swept.
I-
I'm gonna walk out."
I love how on his show he was like GPG, and this one he went all out.
Damn right.
Damn
right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't scared of you, motherfucker.
All right, hey, Damian, don't you wish you was in Miami right now? I don't know, man.
He could have. He definitely could be stepping in.
You had a lot more younger players there. Let's put it this way. I understand that him not going to Miami wasn't really his choice. I know I do believe he really wanted to go to Miami in the first place and said, you know what, I gotta go to Bucks and I gotta make the best out of it.
Is Miami in a better situation though?
So, like I was gonna say, he could have been stepping in for the injured Jimmy Butler. Now, for that series, we got Celtics and Heat. Jimmy Butler went down. If I'm not mistaken, though, I don't know if it's both knees, but he went down with his knees looking bad. He's not
got
playing.
lots of miles
He's
on him.
out.
Yeah.
He's out.
He's a Tom
That's
Thibodeau.
what-
He's
Yeah,
definitely
that's
out.
what
I don't know
we're
if you guys saw the
saying.
footage, but after that game when he got injured, my man was walking like a pigeon-toed situation. Like the knees were just bad, man. The knees were just really bad. I mean, I pray the best for him. I mean, Jimmy buckets all day, but you got to get that right, man. Like Tom said too, he had mileage on there. So hey, we're praying for the best for you. That I know that shocked the series for them too. I don't know if they were going to win that much anyways, but I mean, we'll see about that one. And the last injury we got though is definitely Zion going down for the Pelicans.
That was bizarre.
It was random. It came out of nowhere. I mean, he successfully made that basket, and after it, he just didn't look right. Took himself back to the locker room and hasn't been back on the court since. So that's interesting. I mean, they worked so hard with that. Their game plan was Zion being the main point of it. Obviously, he's down. Obviously, Brandon, what's his name? Is it Ingram? Yeah. Brandon Ingram is gonna step into his thing. I mean, he's been balling hard too. So with that being said, going into the stats of that, we'll start with the Pelicans and Thunder. I think that Zion definitely messed them up there because they are down 3-0. They're probably going to get that good sweep right there, sweep right out the situation. I mean, they're going against Thunder, number 1 seed right now. So
and then the two, OKC has a coach of the year, so it's that's a great right now run that they're on at this point, and with Zion stepping out at this point, and I think I gotta step into that part because it's like now you kind of see why Zion people were so adamant as get some good workouts in, you know.
And that's the thing, he was in the best
in
the best shape this year.
Not
and
the body shape, but this is why it's important.
And
this is why it's
get
important.
Yeah,
Keep
exactly.
it up. Stretch before anything. Get out there. You know what I mean? Invest into your body to make sure you're good to go moving forward.
But
It's
that's
such
the issue. A lot of times they get that big contract right away and they're done.
Splurge. They
Yeah.
want to splurge.
They
I
do.
agree.
They do.
Especially over there. He splurged a lot.
Especially when they get all
was
that
it-
free food and catering. and
Yeah,
it's like,
Exactly.
Really well.
That first year, he definitely was like, "Yeah, I got paid. I'm just gonna eat and chill." Like,
The
bro,
food
come
is
on,
good.
get it together, bro.
Yeah, that Cajun stuff was nice.
Keep it in the same
Like
conference.
gumbo.
Keep it in
Gumbo.
the same conference, though. We got
Gumbo.
we got the interesting one, I think, on this side though. Cavs versus the Mavs.
Clips.
The Clippers versus the Mavs. My bad.
Clips.
Same conference though, and that's a tied series, boy.
Right
My
now.
boy Luca is not playing.
Luka needs to shine up, man.
and they came back.
Luka's
They
year.
took the lead today. For
They
like
didn't even
10
come back.
seconds.
They
Yes.
came back. They laid the smackdown. Shout out to Kyrie Irving. He's doing his thing, looking great. I hate the controversy with Kyrie Irving. If they lose, he's shitty. If they win, he's great. Make it make sense, guys. Like I don't understand.
It's all on Luka.
Pick
It's
one.
your boy.
It's
It's just the
all
same thing
Luka.
with your boy.
Kyrie Irving. I mean, no, he's always trash. My boy's always trash, allegedly. So, with that being said, though, Kyrie though, shout out to him, and I love the chemistry that him and Luka are doing, man.
I'm surprised
Yes.
it lasted.
They're
this
whooping
long.
the shit out of a super team. I say it
That's
like that
right.
because they got 4 All-Stars, but where y'all at? You tied series, Luka Magic all day.
Hey, Russell's
That's
getting
gonna be-
mad. He's getting himself ejected. That's where
Yeah,
he's at.
I just
That's
need y'all
him
to
though.
understand.
He does that. He
I need
does
y'all
that.
to understand. My man Luca had
My-
today.
My boy been murking him, bro. I
He-
mean,
no,
he
no,
was spotty
today-
game 1.
Today
but
he had 29. He ain't had much today. The one that
Mhm.
killed him today was Kyrie with
Kyrie.
40.
He's a little off today. He's a little off.
yeah,
He's a
and,
little off.
and that's the thing. He has the leeway now. He can do a little bit. He can't be too lazy, but he can look. I got somebody that I can rely on, as in Kyrie Irving, to back him up.
I feel like this is his year at this point. What they needed to do was, I think, with Kyrie is a good stepping stone.
Oh, hell
If
yeah.
Mavs don't make it this year and they move on to next year, they have to keep most of that intact. Go younger bench, and then at that too,
But
you need people to sit there and get those
There-
rebounds on defense. over there
there's a
on that side.
rumor. There is a rumor about them adding one more.
Oh,
There
right.
is no, that's not allegedly. It's actually
So this
by the Woj so far. And I may be wrong, but so far they're actually
Again.
saying Mavs are looking at Clay.
Okay.
Thompson?
Yeah.
I wouldn't. There's no
I
point.
wouldn't waste. I wouldn't
Put him on
waste
the
time
bench.
there,
That's
I
fine.
wouldn't- I wouldn't
Cheap.
waste time.
Yeah, for cheap, put him on bench. Sure.
Veterans minimum.
I wouldn't
Why
waste my time
Why
on
not?
that. And then obviously going into the bigger situation with us right now is Brown came back
Ugh.
against the Nuggets
Survived
3-1. He did survive.
Gentleman's sweep
Definitely
about that, man.
survived.
That's
I don't see that going much. I mean, there's no injuries on
First
each
win
other's
against
side.
Denver, what, 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's
400 they
first
have
of
499 games.
First of all, he has not beaten LeBron has not beaten Joker in about, I don't know,
10 games.
10 games.
Shit.
Continuing. This was the
I ain't
first
gonna
win in a while.
It still ain't gonna win.
While.
In a long time. And you know what? I don't want to put the comparison on LeBron and Joker. I want to put it on AD. And I mean, not to take the blame off LeBron, but
Mhm.
AD and Joker is AD should be the better. He should be the better person right there and step it up more. I do feel like he's being lazier. I mean, he's putting up boards and stuff like that, but bro, I don't know.
He's
Bro.
done playing with LeBron.
I mean, it could be that. That's fine. Yeah, at the same time, but okay, play better and get yourself out of that situation, bro.
Oh, whoa, no, you can't get yourself out of it because he's the one that put himself in the situation. He was with the whole thing. Like, I'm gonna go with him. I know I can win with this guy.
Because LeBron was there.
And then all of a sudden, this happens.
He won.
They
This
won
is-
the in-season tournament.
This
They did. They did.
This is exact.
And
this
see
is
how
the-
far that's got to.
Right. This is the LeBron effect when you
Pacers
play
going
with
further.
LeBron. You
No,
understand why?
it's like
you
you win
understand
when you're
why.
with the guy, bro.
You
get to the
become-
playoffs, at least.
You become
swept, but
you
you
become
win.
the person that you blame the most when they don't win, and then
Yeah.
when it comes to them winning, oh, it's because of this guy doing the best.
I just feel like he's supposed
So-
to have a chip on his shoulder, and you're supposed to be the better setter than this guy you matched up again, and he's whooped your ass
Well,
consistently
hold on, wait.
every
I
time.
was gonna bring that
That's
up.
what I'm
He
saying.
said-
It's that matchup
No, no,
right there.
He said himself, and I quote him. I'm just quoting him.
Yeah.
He said, "I am the best defender in the NBA."
Did you say
That's what I'm getting at. Is bro, how are you gonna talk this shit?
And Joker comes up 3 times and says, "Okay, cool, best defender. We'll show you right now."
what,
And
bro?
then come out of nowhere with this weird ass three. Just throwing up,
Whooping his
line them
ass,
up.
bro.
Can
Yes.
you, dude? I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna laugh so much. I'm gonna actually call him and laugh at him. If Joker hits him tomorrow with the no feet in
You know what
Oh,
Joker
the
needs
graph-
to do? He needs to come back again in the next game, dressed up as Gru.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
and then if he does, like I said, if I see Joker do the split in midair with the 3,
Yeah.
I'm gonna call this man and say, "Y'all done."
It's gonna be like 8 times down. That's right.
So we'll keep it on that one. Obviously, I don't think Lakers going to do too much there. The last one, though,
They're
actually,
done
back
after
up on
that.
this one because the Timberwolves and the Suns were playing today.
Timber Pups.
Timber Pups were winning, and I'm pretty sure they won today. So
Still right now, the third quarter, 6:35 left, 76-73 to the Timber Pups.
Tell me what Edwards has. How much points does Edwards has?
he has
I'm
enough
just
to
telling you
move
guys
that
right,
ash.
I'm telling you right now, Edwards is literally gonna make his name in the next 3 years. That boy
It's
is
made personally.
It's already made now.
Personally, yeah.
And
Edwards
he's
got
already
8.
doing DX themes over there in the middle of the court.
Boy,
That's
my man
fine.
said
Thank you. He's
raw dog.
Hey, he's trying to get WrestleMania up in Minnesota.
I can see that. And let him
Shout out to it.
because it's happening.
Shout out to it.
Edwards right now has got 18.
Okay.
Okay,
Quiet,
third quarter.
76-75. KD's got a nice 27. Booker's got a nice 26.
What's up with your boy Booker, man?
No.
What's going on there?
Man, he sucked. Ever since KD went on there, he sucks.
It's KD's fault.
It's
huh?
KD's
KD's
fault.
fault.
Yeah, it is. He should have never. They
See,
should have
that
never
team
picked him
should
up.
have been the best team. In
What
the
about
West.
Bradley Beal? Injured prone as hell. Yeah.
Huh?
Not doing
Hold on,
much.
wait. Brad, I'll tell you right now,
much.
Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal's got a good, solid 5.
And then that goes.
That's
And
fine,
then
Clay.
that goes against you. The guy SG3. What about the Timber Pups? Are they looking like pups? They're looking like wolves out here, man.
They
They looking like
wolves.
dogs,
They
bro. I ain't
look
gonna
like wolves,
stunt.
man.
I
I
ain't
think they
gonna
look
stunt.
like timber teenagers right now. They're
Timber
stepping up.
Timber Coyotes.
So when is Edwards' contract up?
I don't know. That I don't know. I think he still has another
rookies, no?
2. No. He still got like maybe 2 more years, I think, including this year. So probably 1 more year after that one. So I mean,
He's going.
You think Edwards is leaving?
He's going to go to a big major market.
I don't know if he would because he has a good. He's got
77,
Rudy,
77.
He's got Rudy and Anthony there, so that is a good little. You know what I'm saying? As
They
a
all
point
leave.
guard,
Even KG left.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the meow.
yeah, that's true. That's true. It is hard to win in the Timberwolves situation. I mean, if he can, obviously, if he wins the ring, he's probably
Because
gonna
how many
stay.
years, like, I don't know if you guys remember in the late 90s, early 2000s, where like Timberwolves were like number 1 team in the West.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always getting knocked down in first round.
That's facts.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
It's because of the same scenario. Like there's no building blocks around to help and assist, and at that too, trustworthy building blocks.
I mean, the
That's the
chemistry
dilemma
is
that's
there
going
too. The chemistry is there.
The team loves each other. The
Yeah.
team is there. It's just
Yeah.
a matter of your level of play is not greater than the level of play that you're going against. Still,
Okay,
That's
cool.
far right now.
So
But they're competing. The dilemma is that chances like that come a dime a dozen. It's not. We're going their route. They're not going their way.
basically, let's put it: if Dallas wins, Pups got to go against Denver. That's gonna be a nice series, but
It'll be a great series.
Or-
Timberwolves has beat him already. In the
But
And
they don't do restating in NBA.
no. But I mean, at this point,
Yeah.
right now, you're looking at if they keep doing what they're doing.
he's saying
Then,
that if Mavs beat Clippers and then that the
Yeah.
Timberwolves beat the
Timberwolves are going to beat the Suns.
Suns. Yeah, so they're gonna.
Suns barely made it by the grit of the teeth, bro.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
they're
like,
looking slack, bro. I don't know what they're on.
they've been looking like slack for the years, man.
They suck, bro. Honestly, I've never been a Suns fan. I don't give a fuck about none of them niggas.
And don't worry about it, man.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. That nigga's trash as fuck. I don't even know how they got to the
Suns
playoffs,
whooped your
bro.
LeBron's ass when in the freaking time when they needed to, and that team should have stayed together.
Should've,
If
would've,
they,
could've,
the fact that they
but didn't.
involved,
Could've.
put KD
That's
up
should've,
in there and
could've,
gave
could've.
away all the talent that made him to that point.
I think it's a-
draft pick to like
I think it's-
2031 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, bro.
exactly.
I
So
think
it's
it's
like you
the.
just shot
You know how
yourself
you
in
say
the
it's the LeBron effect? I think it's the KD effect because
The
I mean
most.
he did go and win with Golden State, but he had Curry there.
Thank
Other
you.
than that, boy, your ass wasn't really
And Clay.
Nobody.
doing much.
No.
You know?
Oh,
And Clay, you can say that
look,
too.
when is it OKC? Yeah, Westbrook and
Wasn't
Harden.
really doing
you
much,
went
bro.
to that far, but then Harden disappeared and Westbrook just became a diva.
All right, so switching on to the other
Yeah,
conference there. First one's on the subject there was definitely Celtics and Heat. With Jimmy going down, Celtics are up. I mean, Heat came back. You know, they bounced back after that. They tied it with the 1-1. I mean, the Heat culture is there. You can see that they're playing together too. But I mean, the Celtics are looking
hard.
better. But remember,
Spoelstra's a great coach.
yeah.
He's underrated.
He
Yeah,
is.
he really is.
I think he really can outcoach. You know what I'm saying? Celtics, but it's the Celtics chemistry is just so spotty, bro.
And they're that they're just deep.
They're so deep they don't know what to do with it. It's crazy. Like you guys win you'll win 3 quarters, and then the 4th quarter you just falling apart. Like what the hell, bro? I
think we talked about last time in the green room. It was it's the Clippers effect when they had Blake Griffin and then CP3.
Yeah.
Crawford, they had JJ Redick, they had
Stacked.
all that freaking
You-
talent and stacked. You're right. They don't know what to do. Who's
So
the
much-
leader at the end of the 4th quarter to sit there to finish the game? It's difficult for them because you think it would be Tatum, but then Brown's on a heat level, and then all of a sudden,
and you know what? I think it's a mental game with them too because he knocked them out last year, so they feel like they can't get past them, and it sucks that they got him first round.
Right.
But hey, look, if you're gonna ball so hard all year, this is your time to shine,
exactly.
right? Where you at?
This will be let me go ahead and hit you one. So then, the Celtics beat the Heat, which it looks like they are. They beat the Heat. Then what happens with Boston next? Because honestly, man, Boston, my boys, I actually got Boston going all the way and actually taking the chip this year.
I wish I
They
could.
lose in Indiana.
God forbid that happens. Woo! That's gonna be a knock. They gonna split up. They gonna break up, boy. They gonna they gonna backstreet boys and back.
I love Tatum. As a player, that dude is freaking phenomenal. He's an A player.
He should leave. Honestly, he should leave.
I think he needs to move a different industry. But
and Jalen Brown.
I think at this point, it's just you've seen it already time and time again. They just can't. They can't win that one. Yeah, it's always going to be with them. I feel like no matter they stay together like that, they're just going to be that way where they can't win it.
And it helps the Heat situation too because they're playing as a team. So that being said,
it's like the better version of the Clippers of Kawhi and PG.
That chemistry is there definitely. So going on to that, we got Cavs and the Magic, bro. They are a very interesting matchup, and they are already tied 2-2. I think you got to keep an eye on. I can see that going to 7-2. I can see it going to 7 over time.
Take it though.
Literally like a buzzer beater. I can see it going game 7, little layup buzzer beater in overtime. It's gonna be intense.
But now at this point though, will that make you tired for the next round? And next round you have Celtics Heat.
You're gonna be exhausted. You're gonna be exhausted.
That's the point of like get the number 1 seed to get the little bit of break.
Yeah, they're gonna be exhausted. The winner of that's gonna be definitely dragged out. If I was Magic, you'd be ready for it because you're a little bit of a younger gun situation, so you're more prepared. But at the same time, since you're so young, you don't have that experience. So it's double-edged swords. That's why I think that's going to go to game 7, though, for sure. Okay. And then my boy Tom going into the next series, we got the Pacers and the Bucks. Pacers are whooping that ass. Pacers are whooping that up and down.
Smackdown.
They whoop their ass. They whoop their ass. They whoop their ass all season. And now they're whooping their ass
again. Yes. As soon as the playoff matchup happened, I saw we got Milwaukee. I'm like, yes, that's who I want. I don't care. I don't care what number we are. I just want Milwaukee first round.
I was skeptical about it, and when I saw Giannis go down, I was like, "Oh yeah, it's
and next round when we play the Knicks, we got their number 2,
and going into that too,
and then we're gonna go to Boston, and we're gonna kick their ass too.
Going.
So wait, is it time finally? Is it time?
It's ring time.
It's ring time. You're saying it's ring time.
Clark is Indy time. That's Indiana fever time.
He said, "Y'all better feel the fever."
So you're basically saying it's time. So basically, we're gonna see you in June go like this on this show.
Wow. All right. They're gonna be the first ever team to lose an in-season tournament and win the NBA championship in the same year.
That's gonna be great.
So basically, brother's gonna be walking in on going like this. Give me my mother.
He's coming in with the jersey. I can see it.
I got the personalized one already.
Yes, sir. And the last matchup though on that conference.
What? That's all you're saying?
The Knicks.
They're
they're up 3-1. They're speaking for themselves. Hey, numbers talk, man. They're up there. I'm proud of them. They're doing their thing. They're gonna win this series. I believe they're gonna win this series, obviously, and I want to see what they can do in the next round. That's where I think
could beat the Bucks.
That's what I want to see. That's where it comes.
And that's where they'll beat the Knicks in the next round because Thibodeau always tires out his guys. They're gonna be gassed.
I'm not gonna stunt though. I'm not gonna stunt. I'm a little worried about the Knicks because they're playing with the chip on their shoulder. I mean, obviously, I feel like when this matchup with the 76ers and Knicks came, I knew Knicks were going to win this because they were not going for a badass L like they did last year. So I'm sorry for Joel Embiid. I mean, bro, you need more support. I don't know what to tell you. You the GOAT. He was just so sad. He couldn't even look at the camera, bro, during the interviews. Like he's just down. He's down.
It's the same thing with him every freaking year. And Embiid's like, you bring in the talent, you surround me with a fucking super team, and yet we still couldn't win shit. And then now all of a sudden they're like,
give him the All-Star situation, and you're
like, again, it's like crap. It's like, what are you like at this point with 76ers? There's no good luck there. And at this point, you definitely got to sit there and say, if I'm 76ers, you got to find new talent for Embiid. If not, Embiid needs to require a trade at the end of the season.
Sure. So agree with Tom though. I want to see that Knicks and Pacers matchup because that's going to be intense.
Like mid-90s all over again.
It's going to be good. So, but that's all I got with the NBA. It's going cray.
Very nice.
I got the league, honestly.
Nope.
It's good though. Shout out to the NBA though. They're doing the thing. I definitely gonna see a couple game 7s going strong for sure.
So the NBA playoffs, it's always good.
It's always good. It's entertaining.
Good time to watch.
The regular season sucks.
Agreed. I only really watch these games.
It's like NHL hockey. I think the regular season absolutely sucks. Playoff hockey's
Phenomenal. At this
I
point, right
love
now, it's insane.
playoff hockey.
It's a lot. That's
that's the
great.
best. That Olympic hockey, those are two, especially like Game 7,
Pretend MLB,
third period,
MLB,
OT.
MLB playoff season is nice too as well.
Oh yeah,
it gets crazy.
I wouldn't know about that because I'm a Sox fan. So, guys, I need y'all to lose a little bit more.
It's like your wrestling pick record right there.
No, not mine. That's your man. That's your pick. Nope. I'm with the belt. You got that right now. It's okay.
Notice when I left you, you haven't won. You haven't even won a belt. All
Hey,
right,
you could have been on my team. I gave you the opportunity.
I agree.
I was searching for a partner.
But I gotta pass it on to SU3. SU3, it's your time to shine, man. With the SU3 report, man. Let us know what happened in the NFL draft because if I'm not mistaken, that bad boy went off with a bang. Started off with a bang, right?
Because the expected pick happened. The expected pick happened.
That's
Congratulations, Chicago Bears. We're going to be excited for another 3 years with Caleb Williams. And then, Chicago Bears are going to trade Caleb Williams away. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic.
The Chicago stupid fan.
Yes.
Oh, we got to keep Justin Fields, all sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No, the idea is build your team, draft that young quarterback, put them on that rookie deal where you got them for 5 years on that rookie contract. And that's when you win. That's what Kansas City did with Mahomes.
Right.
And then you're fine.
The expectation, I think, currently right now with Chicago Bears, especially them picking Caleb Williams, everyone has to sit there and say the expectation is 10 wins or more this season. That's the expectation because you're sitting there telling us that we did all this NFL analyst draft and all this talk about Caleb, comparing him to be the greats and all this kind of stuff. Okay, you guys are comparing him to be that. You finally draft him. Then give us that quality of expectation. That's where it's at. If you're not giving us that, expect the freaking Chicago Bears fan in that stadium booing the crap out of everybody.
The first game they lose to Green Bay.
Yes, especially that one. Especially that. When 4 picks come from Caleb on the same fucking game, oh my God, we're gonna highlight his ass. We're gonna sit there and say, "Oh, okay, talk your shit now."
Oh, did you see what Detroit did in
What
their draft?
No, they do.
Their first 2 picks?
No,
I think it was their first 2 picks. Cornerbacks.
Yep.
Really? It's gonna be nice.
Detroit actually,
I feel like
needed it though.
I'm sure they feel like their I
I
feel like their offense is they're trying to let their offense speak for
itself.
You know what I'm saying? Like they got this far, going on into last season. So I mean, maybe they're
they
just
build around.
Yeah, they're just trying to build what they already got.
Detroit has a great defense.
If it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Hutchinson's not a freaking one to sleep on. He's a dog. So you surround him. Surround him with the back talent. Like you put Hutchinson and he gets the pressure that he gets, makes the quarterback go on the run. And then when you throw the ball to the receiver, guess what? Who's the person to make that play? The freaking cornerback. So give him a young buck. Give him some young bucks. That's nice. I like it. But that's the expectation.
Reference there?
Yeah. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But Chicago fans, that's the expectation for what's going on. 10 wins or more. They don't happen this year. Then let me
look at the schedule and I'll tell you. I told you last season. I told you again this season.
I'm just saying.
And by the way, to my good friend Johnny Jingles, it's a show, man. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. What name Johnny Jingles is? I don't understand, but there it is, man. Just like your show, just like your name is our show. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it.
What the hell is that name?
I don't know. He jingles a lot. So,
jingles somebody's ball.
Listen, I don't know about you guys, but I'm honestly though intrigued to see Arizona. Okay. And here's why. Kyler Murray got himself a nice, pretty little weapon called Marvin Harrison.
Bullshit. Should have been Chicago.
No, should have been Indianapolis.
No. My boy. And then you got Trey Benson from Florida as a running back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I seen the boy highlights. He has like that kind of style AP used to have when he first came in. That's that boy right there.
Okay.
So listen, I'm excited to see what they do there. Can they take the West? No. However, though, they can do something.
You got to go into the playoffs. That's what you're saying.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely not. Not even as a joke. So
gotcha.
Can they improve from last season? Absolutely they can.
Okay.
Let me just see again. Like I said, let me see schedules. Let me see how it goes. Okay. And then on top of that, though, you got to put in the Call of Duty effect.
Yeah.
Because now
there's a new one coming out.
Because now, also don't forget though, Kyler Murray's got himself a teammate to play Call of Duty with.
Oh my God.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be playing Call of Duty with him.
They're going to be playing. They're going to be playing.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be another Larry Fitzgerald kind of guy there.
That's what the expectation.
He'll be the number 1 wide receiver for so many years, and what are they going to do with him?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel that, you know what, at this point, we'll see how he goes. Because he can ball out. He's a good, solid kind of guy. However, though, I heard he's a diva. I've been hearing a lot of people who've seen him play. They say he's a diva.
It's crazy because
His dad was quiet.
Like
I'm
an
gonna
Odell
say,
Beckham
that's the
situation
thing.
kind of thing.
According to his
Okay,
pops,
okay.
he's like, if his son is way too quiet compared to what he really wants him to be. Marvin Harrison Sr. actually literally said, I want him to be more like a diva like going into the NFL.
You don't want him though
Equality.
to be a diva
I
like
mean, I wouldn't,
that.
but
Like you want him to be like more like I'm that dog to bring out like the best in Kyler. I'm the dog to bring out the best in the wide receiver core. Because you can count on me to be the captain when your guy, your head honcho over here can't do the job.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, all right, cool. Well, if he's gonna be a diva, then what's he gonna do?
Right.
I mean, Chicago got themselves a diva, the guy who's given up on his team 4 or 5 different times already in the college season. So what's he gonna do this year?
Yeah.
That's why they signed Austin Reed.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's the reason why they signed Austin Reed.
Very good point.
Like I said, we'll see there what happens. Buffalo is Buffalo. They just Buffalo's Buffalo.
Yeah, that bullshit.
Literally in more ways than one. Green Bay, man. Green Bay is actually picking up some stuff. Green Bay did some good couple of nice little decent pickups here and there.
Sorry,
Shout out to Joe Madness.
Literally, shout out to Joe Madness. The
And
team
Nega Timothy.
and he's a Packer. I did not know he was a Packer fan, brother.
Yeah.
Really? Like
Yeah,
die hard? Okay,
diehard.
cool.
Damn.
Listen, the only other team that really like left me baffled this whole draft, the Dallas Cowboys.
Just them? Bro,
Really?
bro.
Here's why.
The
Did
fucking
you not see their
Falcons.
setup?
Nah,
Did you see their setup?
No.
It looks like Dr. Evil setup.
Okay. So besides that, it's like here's why. Because it's like, firstly, Jerry Jones sat there and said, we're drafting 24th because we were the 24th best team in the NFL. What are you on, dude?
He said it with confidence.
Yes.
Interesting.
Multiple times.
It's Jerry Jones.
That's one. Two, though, it's like you didn't address any issues you had. I mean, Atlanta, I expect you to do what you did.
You expect them to draft a freaking bristle ass quarterback?
It's Atlanta. 28-3. Enough said. Still the same ownership. Still the same ownership.
The
Dirty bird.
Cheap hot dogs.
They also have Chick-fil-A in their stadium, which is open on Sunday. You make that make sense to me.
Man, sounds like they got cheap players too.
That's why. So that's why, like, they really didn't do much.
That owner was pissed if you didn't see that.
Yeah, and then
They
you see the
literally
general manager trying to explain to him, like, listen, man, it's because you got to understand.
He literally, the owner was looking, had the camera facing away. Like, you know why he was facing that way? Because he's sitting there, listen here, motherfucker. I am not going to leave this room again. I'm telling you right now, this is the last fucking time I leave this office and you make a pick like this. This is fucking explain this shit.
Especially-
To me.
This is America's team.
You know why? You know why though he's mad?
Uh-huh.
Here's why: because your first round was a quarterback.
Yeah.
Cool, I get it. It makes sense.
Mhm.
However, though, you just paid $180 million to Kirk Cousins.
That's exactly right.
That's why a lot of people are upset because it's like, dude, we could have gone so many directions for the first round, and we go quarterback.
Right.
So the bigger
You're going to
question
save
is,
that money too.
so the bigger question is, what does Prescott have to teach this younger
No.
quarter?
Cousins.
Cousins, my bad, Cousins.
Yeah.
What does Cousins have to teach?
Not a goddamn
Not get
thing.
injured.
Okay.
Protect your ankles. Damn.
Be good enough or you get the max contract somewhere else.
Right. Just that good enough. Just to be able to throw that ball. You know,
He's like, you want to stay in the league. You don't want to win. You want to stay in the league.
Your investment is to
Because
be
wasn't
here
Cousins
long.
and was our RG3, they were both
same.
the same draft.
That's
right?
correct. Same
First
draft.
round, wasn't it?
Yep.
Both in the first
Yeah,
round.
Correct,
they
Mundo.
were.
And you saw how that went.
And RG3 is commentating. So.
Mhm.
Well, it's because literally they try to force him to play a game where he had no legs.
No. That was RG3's.
That's what
doing.
I'm saying.
He tried to force him and his pops forced himself to get on that field to play that game. And guess what happened? You effed up and made that. You just tore every ligament
Jackass.
Yep.
Yeah, jackass.
Yeah, you jackass.
You lose like
Listen, man, the team y'all better be watching out for.
Uh-huh.
And I never thought I'd say this name. The Houston Texans.
Yes, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they made some noise last year too. So
They really did.
I heard they got
But
some
look,
pickups. Yeah,
Last
They
year,
picked up
they
also
did great
Stephon
pickup.
Diggs.
I
They just picked up another pick for Stroud.
That is.
So
Yeah,
shout
let's
out to
stop
them.
talking about the AFC South.
Oh, I forgot, man. That's you guys. My bad. That's you guys. My bad.
We're going to win our first 3 games, and our quarterback's going to get hurt, and it's going to be the same crap all over again.
I got faith in Richardson. I think he needs.
That's what I said. He's going to win the first 3 games, get
Yeah.
hurt.
He said I got limited faith over there.
I got the first 3 games of faith.
Hey, man.
Let's go.
Listen. Indianapolis Colts, according to Bleacher Report, they got an overall grade of A on their draft. So
Ooh,
congratulations.
overall
Y'all did
I
something.
could care less about their damn grades.
Hey, Hey man, they gave Chicago an A+, man. That was
No, they
good.
didn't. They gave him like an A something.
Oh, A+. Chicago got an A+.
Really?
Yes.
I agree with Tom. I give a damn about
They
them
got
fucking
A+
grades.
because they
It's
got
fine.
the best people available. They got Taylor. I don't know why we needed a punter, but they picked that he was the best.
No, they need a
punter in
fucking punter.
college.
They need a punter.
Yeah,
Hold
they're
on.
punter killer and Caleb
No,
Williams.
trust me, they need
They're not going to go for him.
I agree with that part. Which what to talk about between
Look,
Caleb and Taylor is like you're not going to put that.
Firstly,
much.
homie, they just got an A. They got an A+. They got an A.
It's the same thing as
No,
the
I
so-
think
so-
it was-
so-
I think it was ESPN then.
So secondly,
Uh-huh.
Secondly, when Caleb starts talking already a lot of trash, it's like, bro, you need to shut the up.
You got to touch the
A
field
lot
first.
of confidence,
before you-
but I do agree that you got to get your ass on that football field.
yeah,
to
you gotta
prove yourself.
get on the big boys
First.
field and
First.
talk there, walking like you talk it there, buddy. What about Pittsburgh? Nobody cares about
Fuck
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they got a bag
We don't
race.
talk about Pittsburgh. We don't talk about New England.
Okay, hold on.
Why do you hate Pittsburgh? I'm confused.
What
Wait,
about my boy Zach, bro? He going to the Broncos? Shout out to my boy Zach. They give up Wilson for Zach.
Hold on, wait. There's a reason why though. They had a lot of Wilson jerseys that needed to be sold. That man gonna be wearing number 3 next season. Watch.
Number 3.
He's gonna be wearing number 3. That's the only reason why. Hey man, we're gonna keep it number 3.
The
That's
Jets did
amazing.
decent in the
That's
draft.
amazing.
That's address their needs.
Well, this is Aaron Rodgers' year, so he whatever happens to them.
Nah.
So hold on, wait. You're trying to tell me instead of more than 12 seconds, you're gonna be on the field for 15 seconds.
15 seconds. Maybe
Allegedly.
13. I'm gonna go
Maybe
13.
13.
I'm gonna say he's definitely gonna go above.
You sure you want to go on 15?
Should
I go on 15?
He's going to pull an Andrew Luck to retire his 3rd game of the preseason.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I
That's
see
fucking
that.
embarrassing.
Well, y'all heard, right? By the way, firstly, also
Yes.
NFL's they're going Brazilian, so they're gonna try to do some samba.
Okay.
So actually, first week, Green Bay and Eagles are gonna go to Brazil to play the NFL game over there.
I love the expansion. It's tough.
Hold on, wait.
They're
He-
taking ideas from TD.
Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember the game in Ireland? Oh no, was it Ireland? No,
United Kingdom.
United Kingdom.
London.
It was lit.
So-
yeah, it was lit.
Mexico was lit last year.
So hold on, wait. There was a warning already to them because the team where they're going to, their arch rivals wear green. So they got an email from the organization saying, y'all better not wear green here.
Gotcha.
I'm coming
And
in
it's
all
like,
green
oh.
jumpsuit. I'm coming as green
Nah,
man.
they're already wearing.
I'm coming as green
dude,
man.
I'm telling you right now, they're warning the fans, do not show up in green or else you may not come back.
If I get hurt, I'm suing the NFL.
Yeah, go.
Email gets they get an email saying, "Here's a signature, please, a consent form. Make sure you show up at the stadium. If anything happens to you because you wore green, not our fault. We warned you here."
See,
Minnesota.
that's what I think. They should not be doing that for regular season games.
Mhm.
It should be like the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think the more
with the customized jersey.
Yeah, okay,
Why not with the
yeah.
customized jersey?
Yeah.
Go
Why
ahead.
not
Have
just do
some
the freaking Pro Bowl there.
That's true.
yeah. I mean, because we all watch it,
If
you
you
know.
take away a home game,
Oh yeah, no, because the Pro Bowl's very important.
I mean, who's going to be home in Brazil? They're both fought way too far up north.
Yep.
So we'll see that.
I have a question about the games though. I heard that they're saying that they're getting rid of all like the preseason itself.
So no. So
Wow.
Roger Goodell himself said, I want to do 18 games.
Mm.
So that means you're going to lower the preseason from 3 to 2.
Okay.
And Joe Burrow kind of retaliated, saying, so if we
Okay.
do 18, are we going to have 2 bye weeks then instead of just the 1?
Okay, I hear you.
and then that he also wants to have it where the Super Bowl is on President's Day weekend.
That too.
So,
And,
yeah.
and I heard too. He wants to have it a 2-day weekend.
So like a WrestleMania?
He says, "I want a Super
First
Bowl
half on
weekend.
Saturday.
I want a Super Bowl weekend, everybody." That's what I think he's trying to do.
Please don't do
Nah,
this.
hey, look,
I mean, they're so close enough to President's Day, they might as well do that.
yeah, could be, but why? Who cares?
Right.
sorry.
It's all people that work on Monday.
Because nobody wants to work on
they-
Monday.
They look at it as a day off and nobody's doing anything. So it's
the least productive, wasted
Yeah.
money day of the year for a lot of companies.
Agreed.
So if they're already off, especially the government agencies are already off.
Mhm.
So
Why
they're
not
not going
make
to lose
world-
money.
why not throw a football game on so people can get viewers? You know,
Monday night.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
I bet you
so
wrestling
do
still
it-
beats them.
Dun-dun.
You just,
Raw
you
stuff.
just do it Sunday, and you basically do it Sunday. Everyone gets off on Monday. Still have the hype of the Super Bowl. They still are all over the place and everything.
Yeah.
So we'll say there to our good friend G Money, the Minnesota Vikings. So far, they got an A-. They address some things. A lot of people are making fun of for JJ McCarthy for that pick.
I didn't really.
A lot of people are like,
I'm
"Oh,"
hit the SG3.
but a lot of people.
He'll have a good few songs.
Absolutely.
Halftime performance.
But then they traded up in the
good.
first round. And they got Dallas Turner, the edge from Alabama. So a lot of people are excited to see that.
Hey, shout out to him though. He ain't gonna stay there that long.
So
Okay.
Won't stay there that long.
a lot of people are not going to stay there that long. Again, but by the way, though, also they said the NFC North is the most improved division because of this draft.
I can agree with that.
Shit, Sherlock.
I can agree with that. Yeah, I can agree with that.
Hey,
I mean, they were
man.
also the worst performance of last year. So I mean,
They improved really well.
yeah, it makes sense. When you lose, you win.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what happens. Come on, man. You're just mad because in the AFC South.
You definitely fucking last.
Y'all, listen, man. Tom's just upset because he knows what's going to happen in the
No,
season.
that's bullshit. My team is in freaking football hell.
Perfect example.
Football hell.
Why
We're
is
not
that?
good enough to get a top pick. We're not good enough to make the damn playoffs. We're
Hey.
right in the damn middle.
Again, you don't want to win. You just want to stay in the league. You know what I'm saying? You just want to be there. You
You want
know.
to be here for a long time. Now you're
No, this is the other thing that pissed me off too. Ever since they had the freaking expansion for extended week for the football season, twice it's cost the Colts in the
What do you
final
think
week.
they're doing in the practice right there with those extended weeks right there?
Bullshit.
practice. You're not bringing up practice? Yeah.
They were
Get the
in the
beers.
playoffs. It was still week 17. They're in the playoffs. Oh no, we got another week of football games. Oh, now you're out of the damn playoffs.
You know what I love too about the Colts is like,
Bullshit.
you know what I love about them too is how Pat McAfee is always like, I'll come back. I got a brand new hit. I'll come back. I got a brand new hit. I'll do it.
I'll take them.
I'll take him.
Listen,
I love him.
I
I love it for it. I
it's
love
like,
that.
It's like talking about replacements movie all over again, right?
Because he's just like Tom. He's die hard, man. He's die
Yeah,
hard.
man.
He loves
freaking
it.
Andrew Luck still pissed me off. Retires
Ooh.
week 3 of the preseason.
So wait, hold
Doesn't
on.
do it before the draft.
No.
Doesn't tell the team like, hey,
No.
let's prep for this.
That's correct.
Fucking fucked us over, you
Hold on.
motherfucker.
Hold on, wait.
Luck is interesting though.
Hold on, wait.
No, he
Hold
looks
on.
like an oil salesman right now.
Hold on, wait, like, I gotta ask him. I gotta ask this man one question because I know
Overseas oil.
we've had conversations about this. Hey, Tom, what round was Andrew Luck for your fantasy draft that year?
I've actually, to be truthful, I haven't played fantasy football in years.
Okay. Ever since when though?
No, it pissed me off when the Colts were going undefeated. I had Manning, I had Dallas Clark, I had Joseph Adai, I had Reggie
That would
Wayne.
make me mad.
Oh.
Wasn't Marvin Harrison still playing at that time?
Yeah,
I think I had
Reggie Wayne at the time.
Yeah, I think I had their entire offensive roster. I was winning every freaking week. And then Jim Caldwell decides, like,
Man, yeah.
oh, I went bench the team at halftime during my playoff game.
Fucking idiot, man. What?
Oh, you mean during the last couple? Yeah, during the last when they lost that one. Yeah.
When you get that mindset of you're up so much, like let me let my players rest. No, why? It's,
Go undefeated.
Yes, go. Like, what are you doing?
Heck,
man?
they could have done it. That was the year that they lost to the Saints.
That was a
That
lot.
was the year that they lost to the Saints in the Super Bowl.
Embarrassing.
Fucking bullshit.
Embarrassing.
You know what I happened to do during that Saints game? I had a Peyton Manning action figure. I was so pissed. I took the thing, chucked it down on the ground. His head fell off. That's the year he had a neck surgery.
Foreshadowing.
Next year, I did so. I screwed up.
Foreshadowing there.
All right, we got 3 minutes left.
So wait, I gotta ask you, man. By any sense, did you try to put super glue on it to like save it or anything?
I tried to
Oh,
fix it.
God.
That was bad juju.
Just like that career he had. So yeah,
Literally.
yeah.
But what I did do though in my future fantasy, I think I played like 1 or 2 more years after that. I allowed for you whoever's drafting the starting quarterback.
Mhm.
So like let's say you had Peyton Manning or whatever.
Mhm.
You got their backup automatically as your final pick. So in case they came out of the game, you at least still had a quarterback getting stats for you during that game.
There you
Instead
go.
of like he gets injured in the first quarter, you're done.
Right.
Because I mean quarterbacks always give you like 30, 40 points.
Give or take.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So by the way,
Yep.
the Chargers also addressed a lot of issues, even though we made fun of them all
They
this
got
all this
mad about
offseason. They literally have addressed a lot of issues. They got offensive tackle, wide receiver, linebacker, defensive line, cornerback,
knew
running
better,
back,
though, yeah.
wide receiver.
They know
So
they
it's
have
like
to.
they're like, okay, cool. Like y'all are making fun of us because we let go of Keenan
A lot.
Allen and Williams, but
Right.
we just addressed everything. So what's next?
I mean, hey, they still got to keep their defense attack because Bosa and freaking Mac are in their last 2 years. I would say last year for sure. This could be a defining year for them.
They're
They
gonna,
gotta make some
yeah,
fucking
they got to
noise.
make some noise with that. They have to. So
we got
they went into that draft.
Some of my
doing that.
seconds left. And what you got left?
Yeah, at this point, I'm just excited for the NFL.
What
man.
about the Ravens? What do you think about that?
We'll see.
I just had to
I
ask.
feel like it's
I just had
another.
to ask.
I feel like
It's gonna be another
James
year
Harden.
they go first, and then
They're last.
Idiot.
And to me, it feels like another James Harden.
Can we
situation.
say that? No,
Yes.
not even hard. Can we say that the Ravens are the Celtics of the NFL.
For the last couple of seasons with Lamar Jackson as quarterback,
They're
absolutely.
the Supersonics.
Damn. Oh shit.
That don't even exist anymore.
Irrelevant. Okay.
All right. Well, that's all we got. Reject right now here. We'll see you guys tuning in. I think this coming up week, we got to do the first of the month in general. The first weekend.
Oh, you actually have a show this weekend?
Yes, we do.
You have
Saturday.
a set day and time?
That's right.
That's
Yeah,
right.
That's
We
right.
got. We got.
Or just
Saturday at
sometime
9
on Saturday?
p.m. Saturday
Not
at 9
Saturday
p.m.
and the Sunday at 2 a.m.
No.
For whatever
No,
reason
no,
it
no.
was.
No.
No.
We also got light it up this month, so keep
Yeah,
it
Light
tuned
It
for
Up's
that.
on
That's
May
gonna be a
11th.
dope ass episode. Make sure you
That's
tune in
right.
for that
I think,
shit.
what's it called? Joe
Well,
Madness show's going to
Joe
be.
Mann is going to be on.
Have it
Yeah.
after.
Shout out to Joe Madness.
Otherwise, we'll see you then. Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Tom, for joining us.
Thank you,
Phil,
Tom. We love you,
I
Tom.
do the rating, so,
Oh,
so-
no,
Appreciate
Actually,
you.
notice we never got roasted until he showed up.
Yeah,
Chris.
right.
That's fine.
Wow,
We'll
that's
take that. We'll take
Jingle all
that.
the way over
You
there.
got a new
to-
view. You got a new view.
Jingle all the way decided to say
We
something
got
to
jingle
us.
balls over here. That's now watching our show.
We'll take those Indiana fans all day. That's fine.
All right, y'all. Y'all stay tuned. Say you later. Have a good one.